To beer explaining. We took a bit of a hiatus, but welcome back.
Just welcome to Beer Explaining.
Yes, Beer Snob Esquire.
Hoppy Hippo.
And joined by some friends today because
It's our annual triple tasting, blind triple IPA tasting. It's like beer church.
It is.
You do it and you hope you don't have to go pray at no altars.
guess you don't want to end up on both knees praying to the porcelain god, but it often happens because when you're drinking, I think the total's 12.
Oh, we have 12, so we have 12 triples. Triples are all going to be IPAs. There's actually a mix of West Coast and hazies for sure, which honestly, we already know what I'm going to rate guys.
That's how that's going to work.
So we might have two winners if we get an equal assortment of hazies and non-hazies. So make a note. We'll make a note which beers are hazies.
I did not bring any
just in
hazies.
case. Oh, then there only might be two or three.
Okay.
I have like an Alvarado hazy. I have a Humble Sea hazy. That might be it though.
I brought 4
I know, I
triples
could've duped
and a
last night.
quad. They're all West Coast.
Okay, great. I've decided lately I don't like West Coast IPAs anymore.
Really? I'm off the hazies, so.
Yeah, it's weird. So I go out whenever I go out to breweries like that, like without this guy, I usually just send a message back if you want beer pickups. And he always goes in halvesies, right? So I always try to split my beer up. I end up buying like 2 4-packs of a West Coast and 2 4-packs of like a hazy. And then I just split them up with Shane, and then he doesn't really want to drink the hazies, and I really
So
want to drink the West Coast.
they're there when you come
So it's
over,
kind of
or
fun. So it's
here
kind
when
of
I come over. Yeah,
So it's kind of funny.
Works
So
out
we are joined by 2 friends today because we don't want to
Yes.
die.
No.
Father Flan, he's been here every year. Father Flan, say hi.
Hola, señores and señoritas.
Also, our friend whose name maybe we're not supposed to use. Can we use your name?
Yeah.
Our friend Michael. He's not on video, but he was here last year for sure. Was last year your first triple tasting experience?
Yeah.
Oh, your wife said you came home real happy and slept for 2 days.
Yeah, I went straight to bed.
But he provided some of the most keen insight to all of the beers.
He
last
did.
year.
He did. His reviews are fantastic.
Yes.
But his wife was like, "Oh yeah, he had a really good time," and then he went to bed like an hour later. Woke up the next morning. That's what she said. It's true. It's true.
Not a bad thing.
So we haven't been on in a long time
Been a while.
because frankly we drank too much and we had to drink less. And if we record less, then we drink less because otherwise we just
Theoretically.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that maybe during COVID, me doing like 4 IPA taste tests all on my own blind tasting, where I just drank all 4 pints in about an hour, wasn't the best plan.
I mean, depends on what the plan was.
It was hella fun though.
If the plan was to get shit-faced, that worked.
I mean, it's not like I knew where to go.
That's right. I mean, that is true. That is true.
So we are being assisted today by my lovely wife, A. She's in the back behind the castle.
Wait, Lady A, right? Oh no, we can't call her Lady A because that's appropriation.
I mean, it's copyrighted probably.
That too. That too.
No, it was appropriation. Well, it wasn't appropriation so much as problematic wording or something. Yeah.
Well, no, there was another lady who went by that name in the music industry, Sue.
Lady Antebellum?
No, Lady Antebellum went down to Lady A.
Right, Lady Antebellum they took out because of,
Right.
problematic
But then there was a artist called Lady A
Okay.
who was upset. Okay.
All right, so,
And to be fair, though, the Lady
so,
Antebellum always
just-
went by Lady A, but
Right.
their full name was
Right.
Lady Antebellum, and it
Right.
wasn't
Right.
until they officially changed it to Lady A that the other Lady A started having issues.
That is all correct information.
Okay, so we're putting these in here. So everyone's gonna pick a shape. I'm taking the snifters. I don't care about the rest of you guys, but I'm taking the snifters.
Just remember which one you take so that.
Yeah, remember your shape.
All right, I will
That's
go
why
with,
we all got
I will
different
go with-
shapes.
I will go with faction.
All right, so
I'll go with Beer Week.
All right,
That
then you're
gives
getting
tasting.
whatever the kind of glass
It
this
says
is.
taster.
I know,
It's a
but what
tulip.
is- This is a tulip. Oh, that is the mini tulip, huh?
Yeah.
Mini tulip, beer can, snifter, new style glass, I think.
It's almost like a Pilsner style glass. Oh.
It's not quite a Pilsner though. All right, so let's still. Hopefully you guys can see these beers. Can they see the beers? Can you check? Make sure you're
Yes.
aligned right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So we have our first 2 triple IPAs. Just to clarify here, we do not know which beers these are. And we're going to rate them blindly
Yes.
using the Brewers Fan Beer Party tasting sheet. All right, how does that work? Hey, great question.
It is a great question.
So basically, we're going to rate on appearance. For appearance, it's out of 10. It's probably special to note here that we're going to rate hazies based on how we like the way they look as hazies, and West
Correct.
Coast on how we like they look as West Coast.
Correct.
We're not using a generalized, how it looks thing. Color-wise, it's obviously entirely up to the beholder. These 2 beers are obviously very different colors.
Very different colors. I was like, wait a minute. These are, I mean, I don't know how clear it's coming across, but this is a much more amber color here.
Way darker.
For beer number 1.
That'll be out of 10. Then we'll do smell. We do have some coffee here in the old tilted mash glass to sort of
I'll break up the
break up the smell. a
Olfactory
little. That's
sensor.
out of 10. Then you do taste. That is out of 30. That is entirely subjective on how much you like the taste. I think the tilted mash probably is moving. Yeah, we have that earlier.
Yeah.
And then you do aftertaste, which is the taste that you get after you swallow. Basically, kind of a lingering taste in your mouth.
After you swallow.
After you swallow, the lingering taste. If you're doing it right, there isn't one.
It's correct.
Let's see here. I mean, let's
And
see.
then drinkability.
If you're into it.
If you're into it.
Drinkability is another objective. It's kind of an overall aspect of all of them. I like
Right.
to think of drinkability on a scale of like how likely I would be to go back to the bar for a second one of that.
Yep. And the better, like from my perspective, if it tastes good and the color is good, then you usually give it a higher drinkability score.
Yeah.
You know, because it's overall pleasingness of the look and the taste and the smell. So there you go. And it adds up to 100 until you're about 6 or 7 in, and then we can't do math anymore.
Yeah, per
So-
Michael, last year we had trouble doing the math at
We-
the end.
we did.
Apparently
We
my
did.
pen's not gonna right.
Oh, yours is the only one.
Wait, remember when I tested it?
Yeah, well, mine works.
All right,
Well,
well,
that's not good.
that's all it's fine. All
I
right,
got more
Shane.
pens. We may as well go ahead and distribute the beers, gentlemen. Start your engine.
Father Fred, Michael, do you
No, let's
guys
start
wanna
with beer
add
number
anything about
one.
new tasting
Sorry,
notes?
gotta make sure we're on the same beers.
That'd be
We're on the same beers.
We're sober. We're already starting off wrong.
And yes, if you might have noticed, this mentions SF Beer Week. We will talk about it, I will assume, at some point during the show, but SF Beer Week was back as the big group, and Michael was there as well. And we'll talk
Not
about
COVID.
the fun that we had.
Yeah, the wife got COVID.
The wife got COVID.
We assume at Beer Week.
It's probably what happened.
It's either Beer Week or her office, because that was really the only two things we did.
No one else in my office.
Nope. So anyway,
Nobody in your office said they had it.
Well, that's the thing about her office. So, if you get COVID in her office, they won't let you come into to work until you're symptom-free for 5 days and you have a negative COVID test, right? But they just let you work from home the whole time, right? Except if you don't have COVID, you have to go in the office like every day but one. So by getting COVID, you just get 4 extra work-at-home days.
works pretty good.
It's like I kind of want COVID on the regular now, right? It's like a bonus.
Well, for
Who are we
me,
kidding?
I had COVID a couple weeks before, and it shut me down completely. So
Yeah, I
it was not
tortured
good.
so I looked.
I,
All right,
could,
so
I could not work from home. Anyway,
All right, so beer number 1. All right, let's talk about it.
I'm on the fence, especially because looking next to this one, I'm thinking this is a better color. Overall, as a pale ale, because it's supposed to be an India pale ale, I do want it to be a little bit darker.
DoorDash is here.
Okay.
Yay, DoorDash!
You door dashed?
Order pizza.
I know, but I thought, isn't this like the second time you've ever door dashed?
Actually, for Little Caesars, it's reasonable. And Little Caesars uses DoorDash as like an outside contract or whatever. Something
So
along
I'm
those
gonna give
lines.
this, I'm gonna give this an 8 on appearance.
Yeah, that's,
I like the
that's good video, dog. Thanks.
Well, once the pizza, yeah, I like the color of it.
I like this color better than the other colors.
Me
Well,
too.
personally, I like a nice amber color. It tends to work better towards my flavors. How do you get the amber color over the clear color, Michael? Do you know how?
Yeah, it depends on the grain. So if you get grains that are more roasted, what do they call them? Like cara pills.
Carapils, yeah.
Carapils are
roasted,
mouthfeel ones. It's caramel stuff. Yeah, and it's a love on degrees basically. The darker the more the roast, which you get in towards like the chocolates and stuff. But there's usually just a 2-row, 4-row that they roast.
So
Yeah,
it's just-
and
this-
you could get a Marisada or 2-row too, although I'm
Yep.
not sure what it does to the color.
So basically, you get a darker color by using a roasted grain as opposed to a non-roasted grain.
Yeah,
Typically.
and some grains are slightly darker, but yeah, mostly it's from a lightly roasted grain, and you add it specifically for the color.
This beer is nice and clear. I don't see any things. It's got good legs.
It smells like a triple.
It's got good legs. Then
I like the smell though.
It smells like a triple.
it smells good. It's not super alcoholic strong.
It's a little
Okay.
little boozy for me. I went with 7.
All right, I'm just gonna go right off the
I
gate.
mean, it's
Give us
clear,
the
so I mean,
nine.
could this possibly make beer clear again? Scarcity?
It feels a little dark for scarcity.
All right, well, I went 9.7, so let's try this out.
My opinion is deceiving. It's nowhere near as boozy as you would think for something that's supposed to be this high. It's got some residual sweetness to it,
It does have a sweetness to it. I was
Which is-
expecting a much stronger hit of alcohol, and you're right. There's a nice sweetness.
which I think
to it.
is actually better. Because if I really want to taste booze, then I'm gonna have booze. I'm gonna have some bourbon. I'm gonna have some whiskey. I don't want to taste a lot of booze in my beer. I like this beer, and
I find the aftertaste very pleasant on it as
Yes,
well. The
I
color
agree.
lingers along with that sweetness, and it's got that tartness. It's not super like bitter hoppy either, to me.
no,
which is kind of the thing I dislike the most about a lot of the West Coast, like, which is funny because I used to love the bitter, and now I just want bitter orange juice, so it's weird.
It is true. You do want that pulpy orange juice, don't you? Yeah,
It's a good beer.
I gave it a pretty high ranking, to be perfectly honest, from jump here. Let's see, 30.
That's the problem with doing these blind rankings, right? Like you do enough of these, like you have to like start off giving your rankings, and then you have to go back and look at the rankings you gave the first beer and base everything off of how you rank the first beer.
Yeah, I've ranked this one really high. I gave it an 86.
9, 16, 22, 42, 49, 59, 86 actually. 86 for me as well. That's a pretty good.
That's a pretty high score
good.
for the first beer, and it's a very good beer.
Especially for him not being hazy.
Yeah, I think it's good, but it doesn't have that bitterness like a lot of West Coast.
No, it doesn't.
like-
Yeah, it doesn't have the punch you in the mouth
Yeah.
bitterness that a lot of West Coast will get,
It
and
just
it's
feels
not.
like I'm more of a classic sort of IPA as opposed to a strictly like label it as a West Coast
Yeah.
IPA.
You know, because the classic IPA is going to be more malty.
I don't think so. Not the West Coast. West Coast.
Well, again, West
East
Coast
are a
IPA is
little malty.
different than, well, yeah,
Well,
classic
I'm-
IPA would be.
Right, I'm saying West Coast aren't like, I find like West Coast to be sort of strange to me these days. Like I don't like them as much, so I like less. Because West Coast tend to push, I think they're pushing like bitterness like really, really
They're pushing
heavy.
bitterness, and they're pushing the piney, earthy hops, which are not my favorite.
I kind of like the piney
You
earthier
do,
ones.
yeah.
If you get that variety, to some extent, like you can get like
Right.
the spruce tips, for example.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Can't
that
do
beer's
Can't do
a
that.
little wonky. Like I'm not sure how much piney do I want in my beer.
It'd make a great additive, or even like a beer can chicken type thing if you can get some of that aroma and flavor out of it. But no, what'd you guys end up with?
78.
78.
78. Michael's gonna be the harder grader all day. I'm the easiest grader of these,
Aaron's actually
basically always.
I'm 72.
Wow. All
You
right.
didn't like this one?
I like it, just the taste. I mean, I might rescore the taste after a few of them.
That's fair. All right. So your hosts both gave 86s, and our guest brewers both gave scores in the 70s. So
I mean, I rate
it's a
the after-
baseline. So
I rate the aftertaste at 15.
Yeah.
I think that's
So I mean, that's because it isn't that
No.
mouthwash or just
Yes.
horrid. Drinkability 21.
Love the smell of that coffee.
But I think that also sort of goes with, because of the taste. But smell and appearance were 8s.
Yeah, I thought this was really drinkable. Like if I were to order if I were there and we were just doing triples or whatever, like I feel like I could get a second order of this. I wouldn't get a second pint of it, right? If it was like
10 ounces,
like
yeah.
a 10-ounce pour, something like that, and we were still hanging out or whatever, I might go back and ask for like a half pour of this while we finish the game of cards or something like that.
I would agree with that.
Right, but it's a triple, so I'm never gonna get like a straight up second pint of it. Like,
Or 20-ounce pour.
I'm gonna die. Well, that's you guys.
No.
Come on,
not me.
you guys rock those 20-ounce scarcities.
Nope.
I only think they'll give us. I think they'll give us 16.
They
I don't
will
think-
give us 16.
They won't give us 20.
They give us 20 of the juice, which is
Double.
You do not have to finish it,
9.5%.
Michael. It's
No,
totally
totally not.
fine.
Yeah, it was good. It's malty and sweet, but it's a very bitter aftertaste for me. So I think that limits my drinkability and the taste, which brought it down. Also, I couldn't smell a lot of hops on it. I was really hunting for them, but I get the bitterness without the
Do you want to sniff?
aroma. Sure.
Yeah, it's.
No, we haven't done the
You
second
don't
one.
like the smell of coffee?
Don't inhale the coffee. It's just a sniff. You're not supposed to snort the coffee. That's a
We're not even down
whole
after
different
that.
show,
Like-
bro.
like-
A
like,
whole
yeah, we're
different
not doing
show.
coffee lines up in here.
I'm tasting coffee the rest of the day.
All right, let's move on to beer
I
number
mean, to be fair, if that actually worked, I would probably do it because I love me a good coffee IPA.
Yes.
So if I'm really good, just a little coffee in it. It might work out okay.
So I'm not a big fan of this color.
It's super light.
It's too light. It's almost lagery in color, or even pilsner in color. That's just way
Lager,
too pale.
Potato, potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. It's nice and clear.
It is. I just brewed an IPA that's exactly this color.
Really?
Yeah, it was Maris Otter with oats and without any caramel in it. It comes out really clear like a
Yep.
pilsner.
Yep.
Michael
Well,
was
that's-
personally attacked.
Well, I bet it, did you make the recipe or did you just buy it?
I sort of made it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you use like Brewer's Friend to help you?
Yeah, Brewer's Friend.
I have a subscription to that.
Yeah,
I actually pay for
it's
that.
great.
All the brewing I do.
Yeah, because it's really fun to get in and mess with the colors. Not Brewer's Friend,
I'm sorry,
Brewers.
Brewfather.
Brewfather, yeah.
Oh, I have a Brewer's Friend subscription. I actually do have one of those.
Yeah, that's the one I used to use when I brewed, which I haven't done in a long time. It would actually let you could pick the color range you wanted, and it would tell you for the style what combination of and what degrees of roast you wanted on your malts. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to play with. We should do that again. We
So
should do it again.
does this have a smell?
It's, he said hunting earlier. I'm hunting for the smell in this one. I can't find,
I had it at one point.
but that's the point. Like, yeah, I'm getting way down in here, barely getting anything. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna kill it on smell. That's a fiber.
Yeah, not a lot of smell. I mean, the color's fine. It's just not my jam. But I mean, you're right. It looks too lager pilsnery. A little darker than like a pilsner for sure. But I like a little darker in my opinion.
That taste is strange.
There's probably at least there's one beer here that I bet I'm the only person in this entire room who's ever had actually from the brewery at all.
I don't.
Because there's a King Kong. In
I got that.
You-
Oh, not the triple.
Oh, because you've been to King Kong.
Yeah, I've been to King Kong.
Okay, so two of us have been to King Kong, and I don't know if you guys have been to King Kong or not. It's
I don't know where it's at.
smaller brewery in Sac. It's been open probably 5 years or so.
Yeah. Well, if we had it when we went to
Oh, some beer fest probably.
National Proper's brick and mortar, they had
Oh, was
King
it?
Kong.
Oh, they King Kong tap. Okay, yeah. I've been to the brewery itself. It's something bad. So that one we've never had before. The other breweries I think all represented here are pretty big. I'm not sure if any of you guys have you had Wondrous?
Berkeley,
It's kind of
I'll probably only hear.
Berkeley-ish, right?
it's technically it's Oakland.
Did they
I
make-
think in the same way that Novel was technically Oakland. They were like brewery of the year. Like they got a ton of accolades like a couple years ago when they first.
Did they
opened.
make a triple?
Yeah, the triples
So
in here
did-
too.
They actually
So did
won
we have it
gold
last
for
year?
it.
Or have we had
No,
it?
I
It's
haven't had
actually
it
listed
before.
as Emeryville.
Oh, no,
That's what I was
that's
thinking.
what
It's
you
listed as
I
Emeryville.
don't think we've had their triple before.
We have
picked it
not.
up. So that one's probably new to you guys as well.
How is Novel Oakland? Novel is like, you have to go through Oakland, Emeryville to get to Berkeley, and it was definitely in Berkeley.
I know, but whenever I posted it was in Berkeley, like technically we're in Oakland. I mean, they're closed now, and
They
it's
were very
replaced
cool.
by Tenma.
It's a new brewery now, Tenma.
Tenma.
And I will just say that was one of the more heartbreaking brewery closures that we had. Even though we didn't get out there very often, whenever we did, we went there because it was the perfect combination of vibe and beer. It was just everything about that place just kicked ass. So I'm sad.
I mean,
to see it go.
aftertaste is good because I mean,
I
there's
don't-
no aftertaste.
I'm being honest with you. I don't taste shit.
No, I mean,
I murdered this beer.
I am murdering this beer. I don't taste shit.
I murdered it.
I mean,
speaking of-
taste.
Oh, go ahead.
Taste is nothing.
There's no taste. The aftertaste is okay-ish.
I mean, but because there's no taste, there's no aftertaste. You don't get alcohol burn. You don't get a bitterness. You don't get
No, I
something
might
that
not
just
even
takes
get
it
to
back.
50 on this one.
I scored it at a 63.
I'm sorry.
40. I did. I got to 51. I mean, I'm stupid and don't dump beer when I should, so I'm not going to dump it, but this is terrible. I mean, not terrible,
the same
this is
time,
just
it-
not what it should be. Oh, we brought the dump bucket.
I
All
thought
right,
that was
guys.
usually Corey.
We're gonna pour this one out for Nubo, who's also closing this weekend.
That is true. That's very sad. You can pour mine. I lied.
Pour out for Nubo.
Yeah, that's also their beer was always really good, but their location is fucking gorgeous.
Also, none of us particularly like this beer. Don't expect a lot of pour outs.
I am super shocked by this.
I actually really like this beer.
Michael, finish his stuff. Oh, Michael, tell us about your experience with this beer, please.
Well, so I like that Pilsner yellow.
Okay.
And I felt that it had a restrained bitterness that was well balanced with the maltiness.
You can't hang out with this guy. His vocabulary is way too good.
No, it's good. Someone's supposed to like it. Amber's,
No, no, but we
Amber's
would-
surprised by the rating, so it's likely a brew we all enjoy.
But we would never say restrained bitterness.
I didn't get a lot of flavor like at all. I felt like it was just really flat. Like
Yeah.
it almost
Yeah.
tasted like it was like old, but none of these should be older
Well,
than.
unless they if
If you had
Lady A grabbed an old
if
can.
you stuck them all in the same fridge, it's possible I grabbed.
I
an
think
old-
I left the old ones in the other side.
Okay, I did not go to the other side.
And I put the one I brought in the kegerator.
Yeah, the kegerators where they should be.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking I could go double check, but
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it
the
was-
kegerators where they
if there's a scarcity 10 can in there, don't use it. Unless you already did.
so I gave
Then
it
we're
an
sorry.
The black scarcity is the one to use.
So where'd you get?
88.
Wow, boy, I got 63.
Wow.
I got 48.
Oh, okay. It was-
Oh, you
to
got
me, it was-
51?
51.
It's
Boy.
like I felt like they were trying to do something special with the triple. Like they were almost leaning towards kind of a pilsner, a restrained, light-colored, light bitterness. I thought it was crisp, refreshing. It was fun.
I would maybe go with they might not have been trying to make it like a super alcohol-y taste.
which they
And-
achieved.
But in doing that, they made it to me no taste. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't
I
get
like.
the bitterness
I mean,
at
I'm
all.
not.
Yeah,
I like a good triple. I like
Restrained is
flavor,
restrained
but-
is not the right word. They put a chokehold on the bitterness. It was not there at all.
I mean, maybe they really were trying to go for some sort of like a sort of pseudo hybridy sort of flavor with a really restrainedness of like a pilsner or a lager maybe, but
or it's old.
or it could be old. It could be old. I don't think there should be anything else in that.
No, I brought- well, I brought-
unless one of the Shadow Puppet cans is just old.
No, I brought two old cans.
Well, you
One
put them in
from
the other fridge.
one from North Park, and one Scarcity 10, which was August.
But they're in the.
I think I left them in the other
fermentary.
fridge.
Scarcity 10 was last February.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. But either way,
I don't think they redid it.
yeah.
It's pretty.
All right, number 3.
Oh,
This
just
is-
storing you my tulip.
This is
on that
Michael's
end.
jam again.
It's so weird. We're getting an amber one and like a.
Actually, I know somebody really planned it out pretty good without planning it out.
Oh yeah, thanks.
There you go.
Okay, so
Yay me. So we're going with
Yay
this
me.
one first,
Yep.
right?
all right, so we're back to another light color. I
Which-
think this light color is slightly more appealing than the last light color because it's a little bit darker than that.
Tiny bit, but not a lot. I'm still gonna go with this.
I still prefer the way this one looks
Yeah, me too.
of the two.
This is apparently Michael's jam, so he's giving like an 8 or a 9 on the color.
So just on that last beer, I just had a little burp and I got lemon. It's just I like that lemon. It keeps giving.
All right.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Fair
That
enough.
would add to the aftertaste score.
Oh, it's okay, nice and clear again. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't.
The legs, how
Too
are the
light.
legs?
Too
Well, the
light.
legs are alright. But I think beer is supposed to have legs necessarily, but you know, they showed me this in wine tasting class, so I'm using it. I don't care.
Oh, speaking of, Cheese Parlors keeps doing these beer and cheese pairings at different tap houses. So
I see
the next
those.
time I see one, we should go in because that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
I enjoyed that. Beer and cheese pairing's good.
7 on appearance, because I'm comparing it to the last beer that had this color, and I think it looks better than the last beer that had this
I
color.
think it looks the same.
I think it's a little bit darker than the last one.
I mean, I'm partially colorblind, so maybe that's the issue. But I mean, I'm going with it's pretty. It's close enough to the other one where I'm getting it the same.
I give the same.
It's got way more smell though.
It's got more
Yes.
smell, but still not enough. It's better
If
than
you
the
guys
last
want
one.
pizza, you should come get it now while I have the beers covered up.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Pizza break.
Pizza
Once I
break.
get too many-
We can't all go on a pizza break. Let's see.
All right. I'll get mine.
You get your pizza. You can get your pizza. Michael can get his pizza. We just got to have someone on camera. So anyway, we did.
Hey, Callie.
Beer Snob Esquire and
Let's go,
Michael and Hoppy Hippo did attend SF Beer Week in San Francisco. I thought it was a great event. I was glad to see it back in the warehouse. It was way more fun than the way they did it the last couple of years after COVID. The breweries there were fantastic. The VIP ticket to get you some younger was very nice to be able to do. But it was just great to see everybody back, to see some new faces, a couple of new breweries in San Francisco, a couple in the South Bay that I'm looking forward to visiting. Michael, what did you think of Beer Week event?
That was wonderful.
I thought it was a blast.
Yeah, it's good to have it back. Great to be in the out on the pier.
Got on the pier there, yeah.
Great food. I wish they had food trucks.
That was,
At the table.
so we have a fun story about food trucks if you'd like. So afterward, as you can imagine, we were there for 3-ish hours, right? 3+ hours with basically all you could drink. And Hoppy Hippo and I took advantage of that as best we could. Afterward, however, whenever you're in San Francisco, or really most of the Bay Area anymore, if you leave an event, there's always a food truck out front, but it's not a truck. It's some guy or some lady with a cart making bacon wrapped hot dogs. Okay?
Oh God.
And,
Are we talking
and
like the flat skillet ones?
yeah, the flat skillet ones, just
Like
the
you see at
bacon, and they
baseball
always
games?
smell great. But my oldest child, who works in medicine, just talks about all of the bacteria and other shit that like you cannot eat at those trucks. Well, Hoppy Hippo over here was too damn hungry not to eat at the truck, so they go and they order the hot dog, but apparently also ordered it spicy because there were
With extra peppers.
3 Serrano peppers. Serrano peppers are no shit hot. No shit. And he had 3 of them on one hot dog.
The story gets worse.
But it gets worse.
I just
He starts eating said hot dog. We're just sitting there, starts eating the hot dog, and then
As
he's
we're
like,
eating pizza
he's
now.
like, he's like, I don't taste anything anymore. We're like, bro, the hot dog fell out the bun. It's on the ground. And he looks at it, he's like, shit. Picks
No,
up
we told
the
him.
I know, I said that. We told him, like, it's on the ground. So he looks down, sees it, picks it up, puts it back in the bun, proceeds to finish said hot dog. I don't know that I would eat anything off the ground in San Francisco at all, let alone the bacon wrapped hot dog from the food vendors.
I didn't shit right for like 3 days.
You did what?
I said I didn't shit right for like 3 days. I don't know if it was because of that or because we've been left there, went and got a beer, and then went and got like 4 Irish coffees.
And we're pretty sure you got sick that night.
Yeah, we did go get multiple.
Yeah, somebody definitely got sick that night. We're just not exactly sure who.
We're pretty sure it was you.
Was this beer week?
It was after the open, yeah, we'd already gotten drunk at the opening gala. Then I did the hot dog thing, and then we went back to the hotel, and then went downstairs and got a beer. And the guy was like, "You guys should go here, someplace that's been serving Irish coffee since like the 20s or something."
Yep.
So obviously we did.
Because
We got like 4 Irish coffees.
Yeah, we kept saying that was the last one. Close us out.
We had four separate tabs. We opened and closed 4 tabs.
Yeah,
Yeah, how come
for our Irish coffee.
just, everybody's just that shit faced that nobody remembers who actually got sick?
One of them got sick and don't remember.
That's correct.
In the sink too, we think, not in the toilet, which is.
But you can definitely tell it happened.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it was me, but Hippo doesn't think it was him, so.
I mean, it could have been me. I honestly do not have any. I was so fucked up. Like I was dumb fucked up. Like I did not need 4 Irish coffees after like a beer festival. That was a bad idea.
And a street hot dog, literally.
Honestly.
Definitely should have skipped the street hot dog.
Well, actually,
I'm calling it a sidewalk hot dog.
okay. Well, the whiskey might have helped kill
That is also
any of the
true.
bacteria that would have been picked up. So that might be a smart thing.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
I'm not a big
I don't
fan of
think
this
it
beer
is.
either.
Yeah, it wasn't my best thing. Plus, I'd already had like 3 things while we were at a pretzel. I had. Fuck else did I have? I had a hot link inside and
Yeah,
a
with hot
pretzel and maybe one other
It's
thing.
just okay. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I feel so much better. When I left, I was having trouble walking straight, and I was so embarrassed that you guys might have seen me.
Oh,
You know,
no.
a little
Oh, yeah,
past
no,
the
that's-
line, so I feel so much better now.
Yeah. There's not a line I think you could cross with those two.
Not beer night, dude. Are you kidding? You know, we were drunk. The dude's like, "Hey, we walked like 2 blocks to this place. Said you at the bar. Just got Irish coffee." Oh,
I think last year,
not normal Irish coffee either. I was getting me.
Oh, jeez.
What was it? It was a flavored Irish coffee.
Were you?
Yeah.
I thought I was doing just straight up.
No, we switched to the we switched to peanut butter. We were doing peanut butter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Peanut butter Irish coffee. It was good. It was good.
With a peanut butter whiskey.
They were all really good. They were all really good.
Yeah, turns out they were really good, and they are in fact famous for them.
And they came out really fast too. I would have thought they'd take a lot longer, and they didn't. The coffee and the best part of it, at least for me as a coffee fan, was you didn't just taste the booze. The coffee went with it really, really well.
I thought they used
So
a
they
little.
actually use like real
Yeah, I think so.
coffee with like flavor and smell and
Yep.
aroma and
Oh, yeah.
aftertaste and
It's a really popular place. It's
Drinkability.
got good stars. People complain about it, but I mean, everyone complains about stuff on the internet, so you know. But
Yeah, I don't trust.
it was
the
really
juice.
good. It was really good. I don't think I'm ever gonna get one of those hot dogs again, though. That was a bad idea.
no, eating off the sidewalk might have been a bad idea.
The combination was probably all told a bad idea. So I gave this one a 63.
74.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me, I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you're good.
Michael.
I'm 78, so it's very similar to the previous beer. But one of the things I'm looking for is I remember a year ago we had one beer that was really watery.
Yep.
And I later learned that that's a mistake that you make in brewing where you have too much alcohol and you haven't balanced it with something that can add more mouthfeel like oats. And I feel like this is dipping its toes in that direction a little bit. Not enough that I would say it's undrinkable, but it's a little imbalanced.
I mean, I would drink it.
Yeah.
If you know there was only one beer
It's not
left,
dump
I
worthy.
would drink it and more of it. But flavor wise, it's now that could also be because it just had Detroit style pizza with pepperoni and cheese. But
I think that helps the palate.
yeah, no, I mean,
Pizza
but
and beer's
still,
like a classic pairing.
but I mean the taste still is very just on the underwhelming, not
I'm with that.
a lot of flavor. Just sort of it's there. It's
kinda there.
liquid going down the gullet.
I can't wait till we get an orange juice.
The blueberry one.
I love orange juice beer. Tell you, I'm not even lying to you. We have an Humboldt and an Alvarado coming up. Those are premium Northern California hazy makers.
Yep.
I mean, the aftertaste is still. I mean, there's no bad aftertaste to it.
I thought the
mean,
aftertaste was actually pretty good on this.
Yeah, I gave it a little bit better than the last one in the aftertaste. So overall, I think it was better than the last beer, but still not.
I think so. Number one.
It's
is
not
my
something
favorite.
I would reorder. All right.
All right, so let's move on to this one. Nice amber color again. We talked about this earlier. It has to do with using roasted malts.
I'm already getting a little bit of the fuzziness going on.
Well, these are not low alcohol percentage beers.
lightweights.
Yeah, that's what I am.
Man, pregame.
That is true.
Two. I had a beer when I was when the boys were getting their haircut at the Livermore Barbershop. Then I had a 22 ounce Stone IPA with lunch.
I ran a mile.
I walked a mile.
I'm still on the
Does that count?
street. Streak's alive.
I walked
baby.
here.
I walked here and back
Streak's
twice.
alive. I think this looks worse than the first beer.
I do, but not by much. So I gave it a 7.
This has the most smell I think we've had so far. I could be wrong though. I have a notoriously unreliable nose.
Yeah, it's got more. It doesn't have as much as the first one, but it has way more than the last two.
I don't think snorting beer was what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh, you have to chase it with snorting
Do
coffee.
that too. That's right.
No.
What kind of coffee is that?
Folgers,
Uh,
the good stuff.
Wow, that is malty.
Pre-ground. Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. That's weird.
you know what? We should have got a whiteboard marker and made marks on the glass on how much we thought we were going to,
Oh, on this
where
thing?
we would have been end up dumping at.
It's our first ever dump glass though. So
I know.
it's
That's
alright.
why I'm sort of curious on
That
how.
is interesting. You're right. It's malty,
I mean, I don't get any smell.
but I'm not getting a whole lot of the hops that I would like to get. I'm getting some, but I don't think enough.
It's like different than what I was expecting. Like I was expecting just kind of a straight IPA, and I feel like the flavor profile on this doesn't really ring like West Coasty or whatever to me, like at all. It's kind of what is that flavor? It's like it's not particularly bitter, but it's definitely like got those bittering hops, I'm sure. There's some other flavors in it that I just think are really, really good. Michael, you want to use the coaster?
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You literally never put yours down.
I clean up.
I mean, it's, I
I
don't know.
kind of dig this.
I'm
I can't
disappointed.
exactly say why though. Like, I think the flavor is different, and I like that it's definitely not what I was expecting when I looked at it, when I smelled it. And I appreciate the flavor is vastly different than the last 3 beers. Like a whole different flavor profile to me.
You're right. It's just not my profile.
I don't know how to describe it. It's definitely not West Coasty. If this is classified as a West Coast, I think it's probably just wrong. But it's also not quite East Coast. I just think it's really nice.
Yeah, I don't know what else you classify it as.
I know, right? I know. Those are my 2 options, right?
It's not
No,
hazy.
East Coast, West Coast, or England.
Well, and it's New England
But-
style is the hazy, not just East Coast.
Well, New England style would be more the traditional English.
No, New England's the hazies.
Yeah, but the New England style IPAs would be more closer to how a traditional IPA from England is.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so. But that's what this is about.
We got, if
I don't
there was
think they
only
made-
some way
I
we
don't
could
think
figure this
English
out.
People made hazy IPAs.
But they would classify them as
They
hazy.
probably not filtered.
Yeah, but that's still not hazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suspect I'm going to be an outlier in this particular beer.
No, I actually think Michael's gonna like this one.
I don't know, man. I didn't think anyone was going to like the second one. Michael's like, this is the best beer I've had all week. So I don't know.
It was unique.
So yeah, so I gave this one a 74.
I went to 88.
Wow.
I think it's really good.
Wow.
Also, the stuffed crust Little Caesars is good.
It is.
I haven't had the stuffed crust one. I went Detroit stuff.
Their Detroit's okay. My homemade Detroit's better.
I agree. It's not crunchy enough on the crust.
It needs more of that sugar. Or not sugar, cheese.
I got up to 58.
Jesus Christ.
Last one was 55, so I mean, I'm going up.
You're a goddamn savage.
Well, the problem is for me, I think my nose is broken because I just don't get any of the smell. Even with the coffee or snorting, everything.
Not getting it either.
There wasn't a whole lot of smell there, I agree.
I thought this was the
More
second best one so far.
than the last one. What do you think, Michael?
I give it a 78. I think it's really within genre. It reminds me of the first, the third, and the fourth. They're really similar. Good balance, but for me, it's really heavy build on the finish, which kind of impacts the drinkability score. But 78, it's respectable.
I'm really wondering what hops they use in this to develop that flavor that you get right off the bat, because it feels really unusual to me.
But my list it on the can, so we'll see.
Yeah, I take the
Are
rewrite.
you wasting your stuffed crust?
No, I'm gonna eat all night.
Stay away.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna drink that.
Go ahead. Oh.
Excuse me.
Wow, Shane has 2 in a row?
No, he dumps number 2 and number 4.
Oh, okay. But still, that's 2 in a sitting.
Well,
It's because he's trying to move on.
No, he doesn't like it. He's only done the ones he doesn't like. He'll drink all of them.
no, I like this one better than the last one, which I didn't dump, but
So
as I kept going, it was not growing on me at all.
assuming this is a competition at the end, the winner chugs that. Is that how it goes?
No, because we
We've
did
done
that
that once.
We did that once, and I did not enjoy it at all. We had a home brewing competition at Working Man Brewery back when it existed,
Oh yeah.
and somebody thought it would be funny to
Was
say,
that for someone's birthday too?
whoever takes last
No,
place
we did
has
the
to drink the
competition
dump
differently.
bucket.
Oh my gosh.
I did a birthday party. We did my Amber's birthday party.
I agreed. I lost. They didn't like my coconut IPA.
We should homebrew though.
I agree, we should remember. So yeah, I had to, it was about this much of 6 different beers, and they weren't all IPAs.
That's as good as the
The hot dog
hot
story?
dog story. Wow.
I disagree because I did not ship improperly for 2 days.
He said 4.
Whatever.
Yeah, it took a while for the fiber to kick back into that solid ones, I'll tell you that.
I would go with more. That was the drinking from the weekend.
No, I assume it probably was, but I did do a weird thing with the hot dog, so I just am blaming that. Hey, Little Caesars pizza's underrated.
It's really good.
Well, it's good for what you pay for.
It's actually better for what you pay for it.
Yeah, I think it's.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the value's like way good. Like, $110 and like Mountain Mike's would have got us 2 fucking pizzas.
Not quite, but close. It's like $35 for their mountain
delivery.
style size pizza plus delivery charge. Yeah. Although I don't think they charge us to
We
deliver.
got 5 pizzas and like
They
2
do.
crazy breads.
No, I know
It's only
that's
like $5 or something. It's not very expensive.
Like,
No,
Mountain
my teenager goes now, or Little Caesars is the best pizza ever.
I think it's good.
I
It's
loved it when
good.
I was a kid.
It is a good pizza, especially for the value that you pay
Yeah,
for.
absolutely.
Is it the best pizza ever?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Speaking of, we do need to do the.
Oh my
20
god, we should do that so bad.
Totally
Can
do
I send
that.
that shit to Vicky? No, probably not. So Tony, are you and Vicky into pizza?
Yeah.
So Tony's in
Tony Gimignani.
Yeah, Tony's out in
Slice.
North Beach.
Oh, but they're opening a Slice and Cash Valley too.
Oh yeah, their OG spot, the original Tony's out of North Beach, is introducing a pizza tasting menu. It's like $500, 6 people. It's like 7 full-size pizzas plus appetizers, and it's like one from each of the styles. Like it's a style showcase of pizzas, and they just make full-size pizzas for you.
Wow.
It's not
$500 for everybody.
For everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody.
But even still, that's $100 for pizza.
I
Yeah,
think I guess
well,
$500
first of all-
was right. It might have
first
been
of
more
all,
than
it's more
7.
of
It might have
an
been more than 7. It was a lot.
But
I
the
can
guy,
tell you
the
actually.
guy has won international pizza competitions for his pizza.
Well, he's won it competitions based on being a pizza tosser because
Yeah.
him and his brother started in Castro Valley with Paisanos.
Yep. So I mean, it's.
And so I've been
one of
seeing him
those things
toss
where-
pizza since I was a teenager.
Well, how did you? These ones are a little darker.
This is like a weird
they're
mixture
not. They
between the
got-
two, isn't it?
No?
It's a little.
No.
If you compare glass to glass, hold on. If you compare glass to glass,
Where's my stupid pizza thing?
this one's a little darker.
No.
Is this
I would
looking a
know.
little hazy?
No, the other one's no more hazy, that's why.
Yeah.
That one's
Well,
clear.
I guess it's not as clear. It's maybe unfiltered-ish.
This one, well, I'm just going. These are more clear than that one for whatever reason.
That is also true.
So I think that's what gives it the darker appearance.
I think this one's darker.
Where did I send it? I sent it to you, right, Shane?
But anyway, yeah, Tony Giamatti, or however you say his last name, I apologize. Opening up a sliced pizza house in Castro Valley. So coming back to his roots.
There it is.
All right.
All right.
All right. The deal is, yeah, $500, up to 6 diners, and you get. Let's see what it says here.
A lot of food. Let's see what that says. I'm looking through it here.
You start with like a glass of prosecco and some appetizers, including Italian chopped caprese salads, string bean, and fried squash blossoms, and then you get 7 full-size pizzas. Starting with like you get a Detroit style, you get like a coal-fired style, you get like a maple style. It starts with like the classic
Leopard's Down, Neapolitan,
Neapolitan,
margarita.
Neapolitan, yeah.
Yeah.
Margarita, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And yeah, it just sounds fun. I mean, it's a lot of money though. You're paying about probably $100 a person because you got to tip and all that stuff.
Yep. Well, plus there.
Plus, you can take it. You can take it home. Like the pizzeria eats well. Have you guys been to Tony's in North Beach?
No,
It's
I've never
really
been.
good,
The
actually.
only
It's
Tony's
really
I've
good.
ever had is at the Giants game, which is just not quite the same.
Well, my tattoo artist is in North Beach, so
Let's see.
so if I'm there,
You're there.
So like I've been there occasionally, you know.
Once or twice. But there's also, I think I saw something about they added a wine pairing.
Yeah, there's a wine fight too. All right, so let's talk about.
I mean,
these
that was
beers, I
like
guess.
thing growing up with paisanos and the brothers doing it. It was a phenomenal. It was the best pizza in Castro Valley.
Are they not? No, maybe they are the same color.
This one is slightly darker.
But I also say this one is slightly clearer. I think
This is definitely clearer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what's throwing off the color perception.
So this is harkening back to numbers 2 and 3 for sure, color wise. I'm hoping we get a bit more flavor out of them. But I feel like they're darker than 2 and 3 though. But I'm also
Yes.
4 triples deep, so my eyes could just not be
no,
working.
you're definitely
properly.
darker than number 2. That
Yeah,
was
they're
very
definitely darker
pale.
than number 2.
Yeah.
All right, let's try some.
Two was like basically looking at Budweiser.
You're in the tool.
Not
right?
quite that light, but I get what you're saying. Alrighty.
It's a nice clear, and it's good. I think it's good. I think it looks probably. I feel like it looks.
Okay, there's
basically
at least
like
a
the
smell
third.
here.
So I'm gonna rate it the same as the third beer for appearance. It kind of just looks like the third beer to me.
There is at least a smell here.
Make coffee real quick.
It's not a lot, but it's more than the last few. At least to me.
I like how Michael gazes out lovingly occasionally when he grabs the beer.
And he's
he's
also
just
like,
he's just like.
Well, I want to see it against the light.
it's almost one
No,
of
I
those
know
things.
why. It's just funny.
It's one of those
I do the
things.
same
where-
thing. I do the same thing.
It's the brewer.
I want you to have
profile.
I want you to have the jeweler's eyeglass thing where you're just like,
Funny is I'm doing the exact same thing, just like, but when you do it, because I'm looking at you do it, it looks funny. I'm sure I look like an idiot too.
Plus you're up to the side.
How do you like an idiot? Well, I guess I just
Hello,
said,
my
but you know what I'm
dear.
saying.
Well, I know I'm not on camera.
No, I mean he can be. You know what? He might almost be Norm.
No.
'Cause with the taste profile from when Norm got the job at the brewery.
True. That is true.
It has a smell.
That's what I said. It has a smell.
The people who do these things like professionally and can actually rate smells must have very good noses.
Yeah, that's not me.
Maybe
Well,
they don't,
remember we
maybe they
did,
don't have
we
years
did
of
that beer
smoking.
tasting class and they were coming out, do you smell this? Like, fuck no, I don't smell that. I don't smell, chocolate and Himalaya sea salt. Like, no, I don't smell any of
They
that.
must have skipped the 15 years of smoking, I'm sure.
Well, you're supposed to taste it in cigars. We've had this discussion.
I don't know. I can taste bad cigar and I can taste good cigar, and that's the two kinds of cigars I can taste. It's like about notes of old tire rubber and leather. You're like, no, it's good cigar, bad cigar. Like that's what I can taste. Peppery.
It
You're
might
like,
be a
oh, no,
little
that's
bit
just
with me and
different.
beer. I could taste a good beer. I could taste a bad beer. Anything in between.
I'm
Yeah.
on board with
Seriously, that's kind of how it feels. That's why
I
started.
can't. I never get when you guys say, "Oh, I could taste the dragon fruit," and I'm like,
Oh,
I
on some of the
taste beer.
sours. On the sours, you can do that though.
that. Yes.
That's kind of why I started the blind taste test like back during COVID, right? Like I was just bored. I had a lot of beer going, and I was like, all right, well, let's just do some blind taste tests, right? I'm stuck home by myself. I can't fucking go anywhere.
And we have beer.
Right. I had beer, and then I did a couple, and then Shane's like, I want to do it. I was like, fuck yeah, let's just do
Oh,
it.
yeah, let's
Whatever.
go.
Just blind beer tasting, and it gets me down to only drinking 2 pints instead of 4. Probably better for me.
Probably better for you. Let me think here.
Okay. Maybe not.
Yeah, see, I'm with you. No, the initial taste, I think, comes up pretty good, and then the aftertaste as it rolls in, not as good.
Weird, right? It's
Yeah,
weird, yeah.
at least for me, not as good. I like the initial, the upfront flavor.
No.
I liked it at first, and like 2 seconds later, I'm like, I don't know.
No, the
about
first
this
sip is,
beer.
and then you're like, no, wait, I don't want
That's
that
too
anymore.
watery.
It does have a lot of mouthfeel. That's true. Lemons. Smell the lemon? Smells lemony.
Yeah, you think water?
Who would have thought Goemon smelling like a lemon?
Smells so good.
Hey, you know what are you gonna
I
do?
mean, it.
At least there's no longer a dog in my backyard that I don't know, and that's nice.
Oh, you finally found the home, or finally got the?
It's the kitty corner house. They were going through that fence, then coming through my fence. So I found out who owned the house from a real estate agent friend, and I actually know I know the owners who owned
The
it
real
previously.
estate agent friend that's like 5 doors down from you.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
And I also knew the owners who owned it previously who sold it to the current owner. So I got the number like 2 ways, and I texted and I was like, "Yeah, your tenant's dog is in my fucking yard. Like,
Tearing up
this
our
is
shit.
like unacceptable. Also, it barks too fucking much."
I haven't heard it. Is it gone?
No, they're drinking inside all the time now
Oh,
because
wow.
they fucking know the land because it keeps barking. It keeps coming into this house too. Plus, I bet.
And we both have small
I bet the
dogs.
people, I bet maybe not the people in the house, but I'm sure that Jim and them have probably complained about the barking. He's complaining to me about the barking, and they've been here as long as I have. So they
Yeah.
almost assuredly know enough people to figure out how to text the goddamn owner, right?
Well, all the shit is public record. You can get a copy of the title, which has to have address.
So yeah, we just short circle that and message them. I feel it feels kind of like a dick.
Not
move
so
to do,
much
but
on
it's
Michael.
like,
No, that dog was huge. We
I think
still
it's
keep
water.
Sierra out.
It is.
no, I mean it feels like a dick move to just go to
the
landlords to knock
aftertaste is
on,
not
knock
as
on their
pleasant
door,
as
but
most of the others
You
have
don't
been.
know them
Yes.
though.
I find dog owners when you go knock on their doors usually. I find like anyone when you go knock on their door to bring up a problem is usually a dick. To be honest with you, I know everyone's always like, you should definitely just reach out to them and try to solve the problem individually. You're just like,
No, usually.
but every time I try that, the guy's a dick, and I feel like there's some
Not
weird
just mention
aggression
that, not
going
just
on,
mention
right?
that.
Like,
You don't know, like, motherfuckers be crazy.
And he's got a big ass German Shepherd.
yeah, it's like I'm not saying that those guys were really nice once I finally started texting with them. So they seem really really nice. And I say it was a rescue dog.
Texting is the way I would do it. I would
It was
not
a
go
rescue
knock on
dog. They brought the dog in. They're bringing the dog inside. They're paying him some more training and stuff like that. But oh, a dumper!
Michael was
So
unhappy.
it's just funny though, because like it's not the first time I've just contacted a landlord. Because one of my neighbor's tenants had like some shit. Like there was chickens next door for like a week, and woke me up like 3 times. And I was like,
that
I was
shit
like,
ain't happening.
I was like, oh, Javon's the property manager for my neighbor's house. Javon, why in the fuck are there chickens next door? 3 days later, chickens are fucking gone, and she's bitching on
She was
Facebook about
hella
her fucking gorgeous eggs are gone because some asshole reported her on chickens. I was like, that was fucking me. Don't fucking have chickens in the house, all right? I don't want
Did
to
you
hear.
actually say that was
They
you?
were in the
Yeah,
house.
she knows it's me.
Okay.
No, they weren't in the house. I mean, don't have chickens. You aren't actually allowed to have chickens in Mountain House.
You're not allowed to have chickens in your backyard. This is
They're
not a
fucking
farm.
annoying. And they're
Oh my God, there's someone over in Hanson on
I feel like I'm going more in
right
a
along
quarry
Grandma
district.
yeah, and I could hear them when I was running. I was like, ugh. And I heard a fucking rooster too, and
I
I,
mean,
was like,
it's worse
I'll be-
for it.
I was like, I had to kill that shit in 5
Wasn't
fucking minutes.
dump worthy.
I hear a rooster. If I hear a rooster, dude, I'm calling a friend with a fucking drone. We're flying that motherfucker over, checking out the whole goddamn block to figure out what this rooster is. And that landlord's getting a goddamn call.
Yeah, I ain't doing rooster. I gave this one a 68.
Sorry.
Not great, not terrible. Probably should rank it even lower.
I actually think it tastes better than beer number 2, but the aftertaste is probably the worst I've had.
No, I still had number 2 as the worst aftertaste. Actually, I'd probably rank the aftertaste on this higher than I should have. Now that I think about it, looking back, I'm gonna reduce that.
Wow, 2 for you, Corey?
65.
You feeling okay?
I only took the small one out there.
Well, I came in at 43.
Whoa!
I mean, the taste was nothing. Again, it was like water.
We've all agreed it was
They're-
water.
they're-
I got
We've
the
all agreed.
65.
We've all agreed it was water. Yeah,
The
I reduced down to
aftertaste-
65.
Like, it was one of the first ones where I felt a little bit in the back of the aftertaste. That's like, I don't want to. I want to taste. The aftertaste wanted to be good, and not just like something that has no taste in the beginning. I really shouldn't get an aftertaste after. And
It's weird. 'Cause my first taste, as soon as I put it in my mouth the very first time, I was like, this could be
good.
pleasant. And all of a sudden, the flavor just shifted. And I was
You don't
like,
get the thought out
this-
of your mouth enough. You're like, oh, this is
this-
not, wait a
I
minute.
was like, this is not going on here. Michael's looking at us like we're crazy. Michael, do you love this beer?
No, I gave it a 68.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's really in genre with 1, 3, 4, and 5. They're all very similar to me, but this one I think it was the most watery.
It was really watery.
Yeah, it had that bitter finish. The one good thing I can say about it is it did come out with a head. We've had only a couple of beers come out with decent heads on them. But anyways, I'm really excited about this next beer because the haziness makes me think there might be some imparted flavor from the yeast.
All right,
We're
well,
about to find out.
let's find out.
Let's move on.
See that segue I did?
I did. That was good. That was good.
He was born for
There's a,
this
there's a reason you get
Born for
invited
this
back,
shit.
sir.
That's exactly right. Okay.
It's
I
not.
like
It's not just because your wife makes great carrot cake you didn't bring us.
I
Sorry.
like this color slightly better than the last one, so this is one where if we were doing half points, I would give it a half point higher than the last one. But not a full point.
I think this is gonna be magic. I'm smelling fruit. I see hazy.
Magic?
Oh, you
Let's
should
see,
see.
can I
Ryan
go-
comes over. And he's bringing out his bag. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I brought that thing that his wife made." And I was like, "Wait, she really made me carrot cake?" And he's like, "Oh no, she just made dip. I forgot you asked for carrot cake."
Sorry.
I was like,
I've been,
"Ah!"
just so you know, first things first,
She wasn't making carrot
I would have crushed some carrot cake
I
with
feel
you
like there was
because
a,
you know
I feel
that.
like there was a non-0% chance of carrot cake,
I'm-
but it wasn't
I'm
real
assuming-
high. It was just
I'm crushing me some
non-zero.
carrot cake.
Wait.
I love carrot
We actually look at the glass. It's not as
It's not hazy. It's just
no. It's just the other
No,
one
it's
was
more of
clear.
an unfiltered.
It's more unfiltered.
Yeah.
But I mean, once you get up closer, definitely you can see that's clearer than it
Oh
looks.
yeah, you definitely get a smell in this, and I'm with Michael. This is,
very pleasant.
I'm
smell.
very excited.
Oh, it does have a smell.
I'm
It's
giddy
nice.
with anticipation. This is actually my favorite smelling beer so far. Giving that a 9.
It's actually the strongest smelling beer so far.
I think number one still had a stronger smell, but it had too much alcohol in it for me. This one
let me
smells
copy.
exactly
Sweet
like. If
little
it
copy.
tastes like it smells, This is gonna get a very high rating. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna cheesy bread.
Oh, just for the record on our glasses, by the way, since nobody actually knows this yet, we're going to talk about it all. So the snifters are from Tavor. That is a beer ordering company. You can order various specialty beers from them, and they will just ship them to you. It's actually really, really nice. Beer Snobs drinking for our Ales for ALS. The Faction Brewing in Alameda has a Ales for Ales
Used to.
for ALS each year. No,
Oh,
they did
is-
last year too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
But then, like all the local breweries are.
Well, they
They do the-
participated.
but they do the
event was-
festival.
Yeah, the event was at Faction.
okay.
They do the actual festival.
Which is quite
Which is
honestly
really nice.
If you can get to Alameda, go
It's
and
the
visit
best.
all the breweries.
It's the best view of the SFA.
So is there what
of
three
any brewery.
3 or 4 breweries
the-
in Alameda?
the
now?
one,
There's four now.
Alameda,
There's four.
Alameda Island doesn't have the views because it's inland.
Well, but
more.
how many breweries
Four.
in Alameda?
Uh,
Four.
there's 4 on Alameda, but
Four in Alameda. Yeah, there's
Right.
Faction, there's Alameda Island, there's Humble Sea, and there's Alvarado.
right.
Okay, and then
No, you're missing. God damn it.
Ghost Town.
Almanac.
There's not Alvarado, it's Almanac.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I want to say that I think
Yeah,
Ghost
you're right, you're
Town is opening up a brewery on the estuary.
They're,
Or
opening,
Tap
they're
Room.
opening a third spot.
That's what I had heard.
I
Wow.
think it's Ghost Town.
It's
It's on the estuary between the Webster Tube and Fruitvale Bridge.
Okay. There you go.
Let's see. Tap rooms. I'm looking.
Okay, Yoda.
This beer has flavors.
Yeah, they don't show the other one yet. Oh, wait, no. Laurel District. No, they don't show the new one yet.
Weird. I mean, it was
Hold on here.
4 or 5 months ago. They said coming soon.
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish.
I'm worried that I want to like this beer more than I do. So I tried water this time.
All right.
Yeah, water is usually a good thing, but
I love this beer
You know why?
because it's fruity. It's got stone fruit notes and
see, there we go.
This has got
less
this has got the hazy flavor just without the hazy color. This is what. Yes, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm enjoying it a lot.
you don't get stone fruit. Stone fruit's not like a thing you get.
I don't even know what's stone. I've
It's
never had stone fruit.
No, it's like
never had a
nectarines, peaches.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
apricots.
Okay. Never mind. Now
Yeah,
I
those
get
are stone
okay.
fruits.
Yeah, peaches.
Okay, where it has a
apricots,
Peach,
pit in the
apricot,
middle.
nectarine. Yeah, those are called
Okay.
stone fruits.
Not that I'm a huge.
It's like a generic
Okay.
sort of stone fruit flavor. Like
Okay, I was always thinking it was like
Yeah,
specific.
it's
no,
Okay,
it's
that's
now
the
I get
name
it.
of it.
generic.
Now
yeah,
I get
generic
it.
fruit pits.
that like for me, the idea of a stone fruit is they're sweet with not being overly sweet. Like you get a watermelon, that sucker could just be overpoweringly sweet. Stone fruits have just a nice residual sweet sugarness to
Really
them.
good.
We have a new leader in the clubhouse.
This beer is really good. Like this beer is way better than I actually expected to get today. Just because triples tend to be super alcoholic,
new
and
leader
it's
in the
not going to be
clubhouse.
alcoholic. You're just getting nice fruity note to me. The aftertaste is nice and mellow.
I'm with you on all those things.
It has a smell. It wasn't super shock me.
I would. My only failing is I just want it slightly darker. Like
I would
the
8 on
multicolours.
appearance. I give this thing a 91.
88.
77. I even end up based off of going
Michael's
through
like
the first
12.
the first 5. I rescored to 79, number 1.
So
But
this is not your best beer.
flavor, taste. I mean, it was actually the highest the aftertaste I've had. The
You
highest in
didn't
the
like the initial
drinkability.
flavor.
A little no. It's the initial flavor. It wasn't as great. I like number 1 better with the initial flavor.
Yeah.
But
Michael.
90.
Oh, I think Shane's right. This has a very East Coast, New Englandy sort of flavor profile to me, which I
I don't
just
think
dig.
so. I mean,
Versus like a West Coast flavor profile, 'cause it's more fruity.
No, it's more fruity for sure.
but it's not.
No, this is the best beer we've had today.
It's not like we're gonna get from Humble.
I mean, you got to be.
Really,
It's the
but
second highest rated beer you've had
No.
today.
But I mean, I just want to go. I mean, to me, it's not necessarily a.
It's not a New England, but it's got that
It's-
East Coast sort of notes.
It's
to
got
me.
the New
Well,
England
I mean, the
flavor
the
profile.
East Coast IPAs though are really more.
Yeah,
a
but
lot
that's
more.
New England is.
So I mean, I keep
Yeah.
saying East Coast. That's my fault.
Right.
An East Coast IPA is a lot more hot or not hot malt
Right.
centric.
Okay.
But not New England.
New England.
Yeah,
New England is
what I mean to say is it has like that New England sort of notes where it's
Yes.
very fruit kind of forward. I think
What do you have to say, Michael?
I'm going to be super annoying and say that they use Simcoe hops at Whirlpool. So let's look at
I
it.
am 100% on board with you.
no,
There's
no, it's great. Simcoe's and
absolutely
Whirlpool's
some
totally
Simcoe hops
reasonable.
in a Whirlpool to give it that extra flavor.
Michael, you done?
Oh, sorry, don't.
Yeah,
look
don't
at
Finish
dump
it.
that one.
You gave it a 90. You probably don't want to dump it.
Yeah, so by far that's the leader in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Because Michael didn't like number 1 as much as we did.
It's definitely like it wasn't even close. Pick with my favorites. Everyone done with their plates for now. I can go fill them out real quick. While Shane, fills
I
the
will,
air
I
with
will do.
something.
I filled the last 2 times. Let me. You
All
can.
right, apparently I'll fill
you
you
can
in.
vamp
What do I
for
fill
it.
the air with about here? Let's see here. Did we do anything particularly interesting?
Still.
Oh, you know what we did do? So let's talk
No,
about
I
Beer
got
Week
it.
some more. So he talked about the opening Beer Week Festival, which was an absolute blast. If you're in the Bay Area, you should definitely try to go. We did VIP this year, which was, I don't know, like an extra $40 a person. Got you in like an hour early with basically minimal line. We did regular into the first time we went, and honestly, that kind of sucked because you went in this weird funnel where everyone was just sort of pushing forward like it's fucking Black Friday at Kmart.
Like
And,
the old Mervin's commercial.
Yeah, open. It felt like that, you know. But VIP felt pretty cool. There was a line. You went through the line and you got in. And
It didn't even take us 5 minutes to get
here's
in.
we made a beeline immediately for Pliny, the younger. We got sidetracked on our way because Bear Bottle was there and they had
Right
Doom
there.
Bloom on tap. So consequently, I first poured Doom Bloom. I think you did as well.
We
I
didn't
did.
get one of those this year.
We did
We
not.
didn't
I
get
did
a bottle
buy
of it,
So I first poured Doom Bloom, which actually was probably one of my favorite beers of the entire night.
You did.
I just love that beer though. I think it's a really, really good like hazy
also- it's
triple,
just unique.
cactus fruit.
It's unique,
like it's
yeah.
gorgeous. So we made a beeline to Pliny the Younger. We were probably 15th in line or something, and they were tearing through there. So we got our Pliny the Younger pour. It was fine. It was fine.
Me.
That was good. I mean, I liked it this year. I
good
mean,
beer.
I've had a couple
was
years
fine.
ago. It was, well, I think, it could be just the expectations been reset.
That's
versus
absolutely
the
true.
first time I had it, I'm like expecting this heaven moment. The
Well, I
light
know, when
shining
you- when
on,
you-
the
when you-
angels are singing.
Right.
Oh, and I was like,
When
and
you got people waiting in line at 6 a.m. to have a beer at 10 a.m., you're expecting something that's worth that, and it never is.
Yeah,
But
It's not worth
I-
that.
I-
It was a good beer this year.
it was a good beer.
It was worth waiting 5 minutes for.
Yeah.
Was
I
there
mean,
like
it was worth me getting 4 10-ounce pours out of place. I mean,
He got
it
mine,
was.
too. He was in line with us. He was in line right after us.
No, I mean, I luckily. There's a place in Fremont that does gluten-free pizza.
Okay.
They got out of the last 3 years, they got a keg 2 of them.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it might be something for next year. If
Well, the
if
problem
you're
is,
out, but-
I actually like Beer Week. I think it's a lot of fun.
I know, but if we
But I
do
think
beer,
we're
we
doing-
can't do the festival.
Which we can't do Can Fest.
We
which
can't do Can Fest or
always
double
like,
IPA festival.
Or double
now,
IPA
so we have to
Fest,
choose
which
between them, which sucks.
If you guys haven't done, we've done.
So talking about Beer Week again, about the opening galleries. I think it's probably worth mentioning that one of my favorite spots was this spot called what was it called? This is Mexican brewery.
I don't remember that one.
No, we liked it.
I remember, I
they
just
had,
can't remember the name.
they had several sours that were really quite nice. Let me look at my blog. real quick.
Lady
Oh, my
A.
blog is at runningisfun,
Would you be able
by
to
the
bring me
way.
a paper towel, please, when you come in?
Yes.
So that way.
In case you want to read about my
Running
shenanigans,
Runningisfun.
runningisfun. That's my blog. We'll hopefully load up eventually. There it is. All right, let me see. Let me look at my Beer Week recap here. I think I listed
Thank
who
you.
it was here. So.
Because she's smart, she brought some extras.
Maybe not in
My
here.
wife was wondering why we didn't go live. I said, nah, we're just recording.
Yeah, we're just recording. Okay, it's not there. Where the hell is it? Might have been on my Facebook. Hold on, guys. I will find out the name of this brewery. But it was they made a bunch of random sours that were all kind of Mexican themed.
Yep.
They made a really good stout too, didn't they? Or was
Yes.
that a different one?
I believe you're right, and we've never actually been there like in person to this place.
Where is
I
it
think
at?
it's newer. I'm trying to find it real quick. I have to go back.
You know, the only brewery I know of in Fremont closed, Das.
Yeah, Das Brew closed.
Oh, Das Brew closed.
Yeah,
That's a
that's where
cute
it's at.
spot.
It was. I mean, it was right. It was
Oh.
literally right around the
La
corner.
Cantina.
There it was, La Cantina.
La
I've
Cantina.
gotten that one.
La Cantina Brewing, and they had a bunch of
Okay, we got
Can you
hazy.
guess it?
really fun options.
I
Well,
could guess it
it
if
could
I
be no,
was
it could be
you.
Humble Sea or it could be Alvarado because they're both going to be.
I'm going Humble Sea.
It actually looks more Alvarado to me because Humble Sea tends to be a brighter orange.
That's fair point.
So I'm not sure. So La Cantina. Let me look.
That's
at it.
orange.
In Salinas. They had a bunch of
That's
random
right, it was
sours.
Salinas. Yeah.
Like Mexican in style, sort of inspired. And I just thought they were really, really nice. And it was one spot we haven't been to. We go to a lot of breweries, so we ended up walking down the whole thing and trying to count like how many of these places have we not physically been to.
Out of how many breweries did you? Out of how many breweries there? How many had you been to?
Had not been to. Well, it's easier
No.
to count the ones we had not
Okay.
been to be
It was
honest.
only like 10.
There's probably
Yeah, I
10 to
think
12 we
10.
had not been to.
So how many breweries
Out
were
of-
there?
80-ish.
70, 80-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, 80-ish probably, Michael? 80-ish
And,
breweries?
So you've
and
been to-
most of them are
No
new.
idea.
Like most of them are brand new. Like this one was brand new. There's the new one in San Francisco. There's the new
Yeah.
all gluten-free brewery.
You know,
To be
speaking
fair, I've
of winter-
effectively been there since they took over Church Key's spot,
Right.
but you know.
last night I was at an event at the Moose Lodge in Cache Valley, and I was talking with somebody that brought up Buck Wild.
Yeah.
They're like, phenomenal
gluten-free
place,
brewery. Yeah.
food is great, the beer is great, all gluten free.
They do a weekly comedy show. Yeah, I almost went on Friday. My friend was headlining it.
Oh, that's funny. Oh.
You've got to get to a show eventually.
I know, but I had too much stuff already going on this weekend, so I opted not to go. But yeah, Buck Wild's fun. I like Buck Wild.
I've never been there, so it's just it was one of those
It's fun.
things
The
that
food's
you know,
good, the
random
location's
person
nice.
brought it up, and it's like,
That area is so good for like beer
And just wandering
food
around.
and coffee.
And ice cream.
Yeah, and ice cream. Wait,
Like,
there's a bit in Jerry's. There's no good.
I thought there was another
Is it
creamery
big?
right down there.
I don't think there's. I
There's a
don't think they have-
cidery, and then that pizza joint that has like 40 beers on tap and ciders. Remember they had the Metallica style logo that we went to? Mostly we used the bathroom because we didn't actually eat.
No,
Remember
did
that
you
one?
Julie's
Not
drink
really.
there?
No? Okay.
they do have the big.
Did
They do
Julie's
have the big
drink
bowling
there?
place, which was fun.
Yes. Oh, the bowling place? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, no, I love that Jack London Square. I think it's a fantastic area.
Yeah.
It's actually my favorite area of Oakland because it's look,
Right
it's
next to the police station.
Probably politically not correct. Is it actually next to the police station? I don't know.
There- The
but
police
you-
station is right down the street.
I don't know, but you don't have to step over any homeless people when you're in the Jack London Square
It
district.
doesn't smell bad.
All right.
San Francisco.
If you want to get there from BART, you got to walk through a couple encampments. But once you're there, it's
No,
the
it's one of the
cleanest
places-
area of Oakland.
I'll take Bart to downtown Oakland. I'll drive to Jack London Square.
Yeah, I could go to like Fox or one of the theaters downtown.
Right.
That's totally fine. It's right there. Yeah, but yeah. Jack London's gorgeous. It's got what Oakland United.
Yes.
Federation got taken over by Daka Beer,
Right?
which I think is still also co-brewing with the Blackland Brewing Company.
Black Hammer.
No.
Oh, Coastal.
Yeah, Coastal, Hella Coastal.
Yeah.
And it's got Cellar Maker open up their new primary tap room.
Is it
there.
Hell Coastal or is it?
It's hella Coastal.
Hella Coastal. Well, I
Is
guess
that-
that's not their primary tap room, but whatever. They're big.
Is
tap
that the
rooms,
one
actually.
that Altamont made their Hella Does Exist with?
No, that's there does not exist.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's San Luis Obispo. They were closed actually when we were there.
We tried to go there,
So
but closed, yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch there opening in Cellar Maker's got a nice
Original
spot down
Pattern.
there. Oh, my whole point of this story started off talking about Beer Week anyway. So after the festival, we did go to Cellar Maker's event, which had a blind beer tasting competition. And you gave a token, and you got to choose. You got 2 beers of a certain type. There's 10 or 12 types.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
They did kind of run out of beer a little bit.
Yeah, we got there a little late.
Frustrating.
We got there late though.
We got there late, but it was
they
basically you
shut
walked up
down.
and there was a pale ale table. And they give you 2 pale ales, and you get to pick your favorite. Of the
One from
two.
Northern California, one from Southern
Right,
California.
and it was
You had to
NorCal versus
buy
SoCal.
a ticket for each table though.
Yeah,
if
so
wanted to
you
try
started
it.
with 4 tickets, so you get of the
Well,
12.
you buy them, yeah. You can buy the
that's
whole
right.
damn thing. We bought 4 because we were already on our second brewery stop of the day. No, our third.
Plus
our
they
third
were running
brewery
out,
stop of
like,
the day.
both of the IPAs
And this
were
was
gone.
after beer week, right?
This is the
And
day
you were
after beer
driving.
week. Yeah.
And you were driving, I wasn't.
Yeah, and I was driving.
So you got to enjoy it.
Nope.
I don't drink as much beer.
No, she tried. We made friends.
We did make friends,
Like we usually
like
do.
we usually do. But
That
they
was
were
That
an
lady
odd
was
couple.
They were an
wacky.
odd couple.
But
She
fun
was
to
fucking
talk to.
wacky.
Yeah,
She
and
was
he
nice,
was.
though.
She was wacky, and he was quiet. It was
She
just they
was-
were a very interesting mix.
She was in her 50s, I want to say early 50s, she said.
She's about my age. Yeah, she's about my age.
And she talked like a gangster sometimes. It was hilarious.
Yes, she
It
did.
was so funny.
She was great. She was like, "You guys got to come to this thing." It was like one of the downtown Oakland Brew Fest things, and I
I
was like,
don't
"All right,
know.
whatever, I'm in."
We did the brew fest.
That was good though. So that was our first time ever at Cellar Maker, which took over the old
At that cellar.
Rare Barrel, the old Rare
Rare
Barrel. So
And
I
Callie
never
was
been to that
actually
spot
able to
either.
go. Kids can
Oh,
actually
that's true.
go to that.
Kids can go to both the new Cellar Makers now. They could not go to the OG tap room. That was 21 and over only.
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
Yeah, they could not go to that. But they can go to
Not the
both
old
these.
cell makers though was what?
That's
over
got
by
taken over.
101 and 280 or something.
No,
like
the
that?
old one's in.
like hidden.
The old one's about. It's 3 blocks off Market. It's on Mission.
Oh.
It's like like it's on Mission basically in the Market area. It's not.
like
I mean,
the
Should we be
side.
checking the battery?
No, it's probably fine. It was
Okay.
cool. It's probably. I mean, Soma. I think Soma's the other side of the freeway, right? In theory, but even though Soma technically, I think it's just south of Market, right?
Soma is south of Market, so it's
But like-
basically anything south of Market all the way to the bay.
Right. So technically, Cellar Maker's in Soma, but I just don't think of Soma until you cross the freeway. I don't tend to think of it that way. Like I wouldn't consider like the big Moscone. I wouldn't consider Moscone to be in Soma, but it technically is in Soma.
Technically.
But it doesn't feel like it's in Soma. Does that make sense?
Yes. Because it's a big convention center.
Right. And it's so Cellar Maker's basically on one of the streets that Moscone's on. It's right over there.
Okay.
It used to be. That actually just got taken over. Someone actually just bought that space. I don't remember the brewery. That's a brand new brewery. Did you go to the brewery on Sunday? Did you go out there to the Castro or no?
No, I did not go. They
Oh, let's get our beers. I'm sorry.
The,
we could probably drink, I guess.
the kids didn't want to go because there was a newer brewery out in Sacramento or in San Francisco that had a
In the Castro.
drag brunch, which I was
Oh.
in for, and it's in the Castro. I was totally down to go, but the kids were just like, no.
Called,
we don't
I want
wanna
to say
do
it's called Copper Brewing, I believe.
That is correct. So we will definitely be going
Callie
out
wants to
there.
go.
Bear Bottle had a drag brunch too this week. Oh, that beer week. We just didn't go to that either.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
the
but were
wife
they
got
open?
honestly the wife got COVID and I canceled all my beer week plans.
That's pretty much it.
Also,
This is too late.
I ate a hot dog off the ground and I canceled all my beer week plans.
How's
That was
Anchor
fun.
Brewing doing? Are they coming
They are
back?
done.
They
They're done.
haven't come back yet. There was the bids. I don't think
Auction,
have been
right?
announced yet. It went to auction. The bids have not yet been announced. It looks and sounds as if
The employees aren't gonna get it, I don't think, right?
the employees will actually get it.
Oh, all right.
But whether or not they'll make it sustainable is hard to say.
Well, the
Like
only,
all I heard was I heard, oh, I like this, silently from the corner.
No, me. It's just me talking about Anchor Steam.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, you
My
can't go
favorite
wrong
beer.
with Anchor's.
Like
steam
what?
beer.
Like the steam beer, like the California Common is your
I
favorite
love
beer?
it. Oh yeah. I've got 10 gallons of it right now that I just brewed. So
Wait, you
here-
brewed a steam beer at home
Yeah.
using steam?
No. It's just there's no steam.
There's no
involved.
actual steam in the beer.
Yeah.
I thought there was actually a slightly different brewing method for steam beer.
No, it's just it's a different yeast. So
Yeah.
it's a room temperature fermenting lager yeast.
I always thought there was some additional.
No, I
thing
thought
involved in the California
the
Common.
Anchor Steam. So there's Anchor, which is the brewery, but the Anchor Steam beer was made in like copper kettles. I mean, the whole way of making it
I
was.
thought it was slightly different. Like I know it's basically beer.
Well, there's
I thought there was something else.
So I
involved.
thought Anchor Steam, the Anchor
the
Steam
heating
beer
process
itself.
boils the wort with steam, sterilizing and stabilizing the beer.
There you
Is
go.
that how all beer works?
Well, This is the steam heating process.
It used to be called steam beer before the Anchor Brewing
Yeah.
Company
Patented.
copyrighted
Yeah,
that.
now it's
and they had
California
to
Common, yeah.
pivot to California Common. Yeah.
I almost always actually that's one of the beers I get at every brewery you go to. I don't
Steam
just
beer
Emerald-
uses
Emerald Valley.
non-fermenting lager yeast at ale temperature.
Yes.
If there's a California Common at a brewery, I almost always get the California Common. I just think it's a fantastic lager beer. So I'm actually totally on board with you. I think it's a fantastic beer.
So, funny story, home brewing, I've done 50 gallons
has to
since
smell.
January
I like it.
1st, so I'm
That's a
halfway through
lot
my
of beer.
allotted 100 gallon. Yeah.
Well, if you need some help, I can give you some of my own.
I got kegs just racked up, just ready to go.
That's a
for
lot of beer.
months. It is, yeah.
50 gallons of beer.
Where do you store
He
it?
configured a
I've got
five
a
tap kegerator.
fermentation fridge, and I'm just stacking all the kegs in the fermentation fridge. Because during this time of year, you can just ferment in the open garage.
Yeah, that's
in
true,
the
'cause it's
fridge,
cold
yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I don't know how to rate this beer.
I don't either. I'm not sure if I hate it or just
I
think
mean,
it's
I like it.
mediocre.
I mean, again, for me, the
It's like
appearance
that.
is just sort of, it's a little bit better than 2 and 4 or 2 and 3, whatever.
Reminds me of a light beer, the color of it.
But I got smell, so I mean, gave me.
Yeah, I got smell. That's about all I got.
I got smell too. I
Not
just
a
didn't
big-
like the smell.
I'm not a big
probably
fan
don't
of
like
the
it.
taste. I'm not a big fan of the aftertaste. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan. We all know this next beer.
Yeah, it's a good chance
Puppy
I'll
hippo
get
over here.
like
I
it.
mean, this
Like
was
this.
what? This was what? 3 years ago when we had the
53.
mix of the hazies
Yep.
and the whatnot. We had that big old huge thing that we couldn't do hazies in.
Yeah, we had a we had
Yeah,
a
the
whole
year,
rule
the,
over
the
it.
year we had 17 and like 3 of them were hazy, and I was like, I love all of these. Shane was like,
They're not
Shane was like,
IPAs.
Shane was like, I'm rating these as though they're supposed to be clear. 2.
And not pretty much. It's exactly what it. I mean, I don't think I gave it a 2.
This beer's gonna dump her.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Not a big fan at all. It's not my least favorite beer, but
It's not my least favorite beer either. There's something about the flavor I don't like. It gets
Bottom couple.
weird. It's weird.
I gave it a 67.
All right, Michael. Well, let us know when your steam beer's ready to go, because I'm down to come over and give it a try.
Okay.
I will brew eventually. I don't know what I want to brew though. Yet. I'll probably just brew a fucking hazy. Maybe I can brew something with actual legitimate orange juice. Just throw that shit in the mash.
You could. I've done that. I
Just
did it
burn
with
it all
the
out, yeah.
Tangelos in our yard. Juiced some Tangelos and then heated it up so you get rid of the impurities.
I kind of want to make a coconut IPA. Like a coconut I want to make a hazy coconut IPA.
They do, they're not like the
Let's drink it anyway. Who cares? We'll make one for her too. We'll make a hazy strawberry IPA.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make whatever she chooses.
hazy lemon IPA.
You gotta pick a fruit, man.
Women got them.
What do you got there, Michael?
You could do strawberry if you can get enough lemon into it.
So you want me to do a hazy strawberry lemon IPA?
That'd be good.
Fuck it, I'm in.
I mean,
That's it. We're brewing a
I
hazy
only-
coconut and a hazy strawberry lemon.
I only have a tree full of fucking lemons, so.
We sort of.
We own
do.
part of a tree of
I
lemons
just
too.
picked 3 of them.
You know what my neighbor has is a tree that's a combination of, what was it? A combination kumquat and something else. Tangelos or something.
I think
So we have,
it's a Tangerine.
our
Excuse
tree
me.
was supposed to be that. It was supposed to be
It's like a
orange
cum-jello
and
tree.
Tangelos, and it ended up just being Tangelos, which is fine because they make a really good, slightly bitter juice, but it's
Yeah.
really fun to cook with.
All right, so I went 75 on this, which actually makes it my favorite of the non-malty looking beers so far, I think.
Yeah, I gave it a 67.
Which
Michael?
doesn't say a lot.
I did 81 only because
That's
it had a full body and a light fruit taste, but the heavy bitter finish was difficult for
Yeah.
me.
It did have more mouthfeel than previous ones, I think. I think that's fair.
Me too.
Father Flan?
So I did 59. No, I did 59.
12.
I mean, I actually got smell, and appearance was pretty much. I mean, none of the beers just stand out. Went, oh, in appearance. Aftertaste, I didn't really care for that much. Taste, I mean, compared to some of the other ones that were low, gave the taste 18, but the drinkability, I'm like, yeah, that's a one and done for me.
Definitely. I mean, I don't mind. So clearly, the drinkability actually probably should be lower because I did dump. I'm going to drop this down to 20. Score's going down.
Yeah,
to
I
73.
gave my drinkability a 22.
Going down to 73 over here.
So yeah, I'm with you.
Hey, for me, if
no, the problem
if
is
I
I
would
rated
drink,
taste
if,
25. I liked it better than beer 3.
see, to me, drinkability though would also go to
Aftertaste
if you
is
dump
worse.
it.
Let's dump this down too.
Then
That's
it's
actually
not
like-
You
drinkable.
can't. It can't be. I mean,
1,
to
2,
me,
3,
15.
4. That's
If
my-
we're doing drinkability at 30, 15's at least you're drinking it. You're drinking the whole thing.
I see what you're saying.
If you're
Okay.
dumping it, it should be low. It should be below 15.
I mean, you know, if you're okay with Fs, I guess. I mean, you know, I think drinkables is.
I mean, my 15-year-old got 2 Fs and 2 Ds on his progress report. And he's like, "It's because I was sick for 4 days." Really?
He didn't turn in his work?
Yeah, I'm just
all
like,
right, let's move on to this bad boy right here.
This one, you're giving this fucker a 10. You
Probably
give-
not. It's not a 10 on
so
appearance. for
okay.
sure.
So here,
It's not orange enough.
here's my issue now
It's
with.
clearly a hazy, but it's not quite.
It's milky more than orangey. I
It's,
got you.
yeah, it's milky more so than like
See,
super
I don't-
juicy hazy.
I don't know how to drink this. 'Cause I don't drink hazies. I don't prefer hazies. I don't like looking at hazies. So I
then
don't
you-
know how to look at appearance-wise in terms of because I'm not going to go with you. Well, it's supposed to look like a
That is
West
the-
Coast. I mean,
That is the
but,
subjective nature of this.
like,
I mean,
so
I mean, as far as honestly, it's not fantastic looking for hazy.
As
Like,
hazies go, I'm giving it a 7 because I agree. It's a little on the milky side,
it's not quite like
but not orangey.
orange enough
Yeah.
for me. So I'm actually probably also going to go like if this were just a straight up hazy appearance.
You're gonna like part
contest,
2 though.
I think that this would get a 7 because it doesn't have quite there. It doesn't quite look thick enough either.
Yeah,
Like a really, really
That's where
good
you
hazy
gotta- you gotta
looks,
do your leg.
looks legitimately, it looks thick. It looks just like ridiculous. Not a lot of legs on it. Oh,
no,
spilled some
not a
beer
lot of
on
legs. I think you're
So-
going to like the smell though.
can I take a quick picture for the girlfriend that's in
it. Picture what? Of us?
London? Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
she's in London. So
She's in London?
she's in London, or she's an hour north of London. Hold on, you get that.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go with an 8 on appearance. I think.
Her
Actually, I'm 7.
brother
I'm
and
gonna 7.
his husband
I feel
are
bad
stationed.
going 7. I'm gonna go 8. I'm gonna
Her
go 8.
brother-in-law is
I
stationed
think you're
I'm gonna go 7.
over
I'm going
at
7.
the Air Force Base in
This is a
England.
triple.
Okay.
His
Yeah,
tour
yeah, these
ends
are all triples.
There's
in
nothing less than a triple in here.
his tour ends in
Smells good.
May.
That's it.
So
I thought
her
you
and her
liked this.
mom
Is there
Had to
went
get down
back.
before I have-
Well, her mom
It's
was
actually,
there. She's been there
I
like
think
2 or
a
3
really-
times.
I wouldn't say
Wow.
plain.
But
It's
she
just got-
hasn't,
It's got
so
the
it's
right
like-
hazy smell though. It's just got
Hey,
like-
so they just got back
Tiny,
from they went to
fruity-
Scotland.
My kids walking around
this
with
weekend.
fucking lighter. That's
So
always
they
a
were
good
up in
sign.
Edinburgh
I want to go to Scotland.
Thursday through today. Okay, so on
I
smell.
mean, they're holding a candle and not a joint, so you should be happy.
I don't know. What do you smell in this? Ooh, that's good. That's right.
It's supposed to smell like a fruit or something?
Smell like whatever you want. It's all subjective.
Oh, wow.
Smells
Okay.
like a mango.
I'm a little surprised here because the smell gives me one idea and I'm not thinking I'm gonna like it. I like this way more than I should.
Oh, this is good. This is good. It's really good.
And
I have to agree with you. I mean,
I'm
it's
gonna
actually
go-
one of the best.
tasting beers we've had today.
I don't know that it's better than the 1-2 beers ago because it's got very similar flavor profile to me.
It's the where it's lacking for me is mouthfeel. It's not. It's got it's got a good taste,
Ooh,
but there's
aftertaste is
not
fantastic.
not enough texture to it for me. The taste and the aftertaste is good. Oh crap!
I mean, honestly, I probably definitely crush the second one.
Yeah, you can take it to your room. It's fine.
I think I might 20 this aftertaste though. I mean, I 27 the actual taste, but I feel like
I like the aftertaste
is
on
fantastic.
beer 6 slightly better. 3, 8. All right, my scores are in. Really?
I'm perfect aftertaste.
I'm
I
gonna
think it's
have to- I'm gonna have
fantastic.
to adjust some
Drinkability. The problem here is like I basically have to compare it to beer 6 at this point. And I think I have to put it on basically the exact same level. I feel like the score is going to be 1 point. No, it's going to be exactly the same as beer 6. Because I'm not sure it's quite a 30 on drinkability. It's pretty close though. 42, 62, yeah, 91 again.
I give this one an 84.
Yeah, I have the
It's my
exact
third
same
highest score, but not by much.
Slightly worse taste, but better aftertaste. Like 1 point less taste,
1, 6,
more
and
point
8 are my
aftertaste.
3 favorite beers, and if I had to pick one,
Oh, I have 4 above.
This right
one.
now, I mean, this is my tied with number 1.
yeah,
But my taste and my drinkability were the highest.
I'm almost
Or
positive this is Alvarado.
So my
I'm
my
with you.
taste
I think this
it
is
matches the first beer. My drinkability was higher than the first beer.
I'm almost positive this is Alvarado. I think beer number one is actually one of the Shadow Puppet beers too.
Oh, I actually think beer number 1 is Scarcity.
Are you guys putting notes?
No, I thought
I'm
Scarcity
making
was-
notes about
I thought
this.
Scarcity was usually
Oh,
yellow.
he has like a whole book on each one.
Oh, I know he does.
Scarcity, I thought Scarcity was usually yellow. Is it red? Is it more?
No, it's. I wouldn't call it as that yellow. No, I wouldn't put it there.
Because number one was the malty. Was the
Maltier
maltier.
comes good.
I thought Scarcity was more of a
I don't.
more of a.
I haven't poured it into a glass,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I've only had it in. Actually,
this
it's not
a-
true. I had it in a tulip, but I
It's
still
fantastic
Cool.
beer.
the Scarcity.
We're wondering
Yeah,
what color
honestly,
Scarcity is.
I've only had a taste of it. I haven't actually had a full glass.
I had a can of it because I got drunk and
I'm pretty sure it's a darker.
Because that's always a good thing.
Is it the dark
ran
red?
out of beer.
Then finish on the triple. Granted, I've been there before, but
Michael, what do you think?
Okay. I give this a 99.
Whoa! What?
well,
I didn't think you liked
I just
hazies.
feel now I don't
So it's
even
a-
like.
This is a mango creamsicle. It's a hazy NE IPA that's, I can't believe it's a triple. It is stealth. This thing could kill me. It could put me
This has
off.
got to be Alvarado.
It's perfection. So I've brewed an NE IPA. They're really expensive due to all the hops you have to put in at the end.
Yep.
And mine is like so acidic that it kind of burns your throat. So this is perfect. The fact that they can pull this off as a triple,
At an 11,
hazy
probably.
NE IPA, it's just incredible. It's perfection.
99. Wow.
Cin-
Wow.
I'm gonna call this Cinderella's glass slipper.
Cinderella's glass
Oh, wow,
slipper.
wow, wow. I just- I'm almost positive this is going to be Alvarado.
I think so too. And he is savoring every last drop of that one.
Honestly,
Okay, so
probably
this
good
would
right
definitely be the can he's going to finish.
Yes.
absolutely, he gets this can.
What's that?
You get the rest of this can.
Oh,
We don't usually pour the whole can.
oh.
Yeah, these pours, I mean, technically you do 5 ounces, so you're not pouring, how are you pouring the whole can in those cases? No, there's not.
Almost the whole thing.
So, Michael, are you a baseball fan?
Until they
Kinda.
like a sip or two left.
I understand there's bases and bets and
Michael's like a yay sports guy.
So, like you.
No, I'm like a yay football guy. He's like a yay sports
And you
guy.
like basketball?
I do like basketball, so I don't like baseball.
Okay.
Do you like? You're just not like a big sports fan, right? Like you understand sports, you think it's fun, but you're like there's no like you're not a team of like any
I
brand.
appreciate that one must dribble the ball.
Yes. See?
Wrong sport.
Okay.
Well, but no, it's the right sport for what he's saying by being a sports fan.
Yeah, he thinks sports exist. He thinks they're fun. He sees the point of it, but he's not like a sports fan. Like I'm a football
So-
fucking fan, right? Like I
So,
love football.
the reason why I bring it up
and
is
running,
because
weirdly enough.
talking with my 15-year-old
Chocolate.
who loves talking out of his ass all the time.
A what? A 15-year-old who talks out of their ass?
Never
Weird.
seen one of those before. Never
He,
seen one of those.
he goes, Jose Altuve is a better baseball player than Barry Bonds.
He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
He probably has a smaller head.
Well, yes.
Well, I mean,
But
maybe not at the end of his career. Barry had a smaller head at the beginning of his career than the
Well,
steroids.
the one thing he did say was Jose Altuve is a better baseball player than Barry Bonds was before steroids. And I still went wrong
No.
because he had won 4 MVPs.
Bonds was really good pre-steroids.
He
Right?
was-
When he was with the
There-
Pirates,
there-
right?
there
He was
was-
really good.
There was he created a category:
Yeah.
stolen bases and home runs.
Yeah, he's
no
really
one
good.
was ever doing that, and he was one of the best defensive left fielders in the game.
8 Gold Gloves.
Yep.
I feel like we
Hey,
can all
he-
just agree that Shohei Ohtani's the best baseball player of all time now, right? That's how it works.
As much as it pains me to call a Dodger the best baseball
But he was an
player of
angel
all time,
first.
he's by far one of the best. I'm not even gonna say baseball player, one of the best athletes we will ever win.
Probably top 10 all time.
Yes,
Certainly in baseball.
has to be.
Yeah.
Certainly in baseball.
But the thing with Altani I'll go with is this.
Ooh.
Is the fact.
Who's your other hazy?
That looks like lemonade.
That is the 9 I'm looking for. It looks thicker than the last one.
It does look thick,
The thing
This
with
is humble secret.
but it's also milkier. It's
the
Yeah,
thing
more-
I go with
orange.
Otani is the fact that he is
That's
really
why it's
good
only 9.
at what he does.
Except
But
he does
yet-
everything.
But no, he can't stay healthy with the pitching part. If he can't stay healthy, I mean, yeah, he's great,
I mean,
but if you can't count on him
I
for a
know.
whole season,
hard to say. Yeah, I don't
I'm going. This is like more like this looks more like the second beer.
Nah, it's darker than the
It's
second.
darker than the
Nah,
second beer.
I don't think so.
It's darker than.
I think it looks like the third beer a little.
I'm agreeing with you.
I mean, the
If I could-
second and third beer
I
were.
love that you guys think you can remember exactly what it looked like.
Right?
Look, we're experts. We're supposed to pretend like we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we have the SRM scale
Yeah.
Jeez.
burned into our brain.
Okay, hold on.
He's like,
Jeez.
shit, there.
No, I mean, okay, maybe the third. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
not
it's
as
closer
light
to
as
beer
pro-
number 3 than it is beer number 2.
Well, the problem is I'm not really keeping notes other than
Excuse
the
me.
fact
Is it
that
good or bad?
no, I mean it's appearance.
Oh
so
man!
two.
So now I'm with Michael. The burp of that last beer was really fucking good.
So
No.
the second one I
burp
gave
was-
the appearance
that
of
burp
being.
was so good. I'm like, it's like candy. No. No one else is joining me. Fine.
No,
All right, so back-
I haven't burped
I
yet.
do.
So back to post beer week shenanigans.
Oh, what now?
Christ. So the other spot we did go that we forgot to talk about was Pond Farm, probably.
Yeah.
We love Pond.
We have a virtually. It appears we have mostly an annual pilgrimage to Pond Farm the day after Beer Week's opening
Pretty much.
gala.
Yep.
This year they did a pretty cool event. It was called Battle of the Guilds.
Yes.
You got a flight, and you got to choose one beer of each guild, and the guilds were, I believe, Northern California, like Santa Rosa area, San Diego, L.A., Central Coast, I think, right?
Yep.
NorCal. So it's like
Something
NorCal,
like that.
Central Coast, San Diego, L.A. And you got to choose one beer from each, and they gave you a flight, and then you got to vote on which one of
Seems
the
like
guilds had
NorCal
your
got
favorite
screwed
beer.
out with that.
Well, NorCal was mostly. Well, actually, NorCal wasn't represented by Pond Farm, which is kind of the fun part. Like, actually, my favorite beer of the entire event for that was Cellar Maker's DDH Turok, which is a double dry
Double
hop
dry.
hazy. So I voted for them, but they had some nice options. They had Rip. They
Yep.
had
Well, they had some really good breweries. and it
really
was-
good brewery.
It was a really
options,
fun
though.
event.
It was a fun event, though.
And
I like the place. So.
we love the place. We like the people.
Yep.
Like
Where's
we
Pond
took
Farm?
we took
San
possibly
Raf-
one of the
no,
best
San-
photo booth photos
Santa
ever,
Rosa.
where
Marin.
beer is like
it's just
San
north of
Rafael.
Marin. Yeah, that's Santa Fe.
beer is like splashing out of my
I
glass.
thought,
and
that's
we
what I
caught
thought.
it
I was
on
like, wait, is
camera.
that the spot?
Is it
where
close to
they-
the bridge or really far up past the bridge?
You go over the bridge, you go up north. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
you
yeah,
you have
I
to
mean-
pass through it to get to Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
And Santa Fe, I'm pretty sure is correct.
Yeah.
Because then you hit the San Rafael Bridge to come back.
Picture.
No, you go over the Santa Fe bridge. to get there.
Flashing.
No, you go across
Yeah.
the Golden
Yeah,
Gate.
no,
to
I'll
get
get there.
You can go over either way. It doesn't matter. It's north.
I'm
It's north, it's
assuming
north
that
of the
you-
Santa Fe bridge. North of Santa Fe
Yeah.
bridge.
Okay. So it's San Rafael.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
like right there,
yeah.
San Rafael, Nevada.
I even think I have
Yeah,
the
it's
picture.
right
So
there.
we took this great picture in the
Oh, we did
photo
take a
booth,
fantastic photo with photo.
and it's got like the beer halfway splashing out of my glass, and it's like frozen in time, and it looks great. But we're like, we got the tiny little photo booth photos, and so we're like, well, these are clearly digital. Can we get a copy of the picture? And we go to the manager, who was super nice.
She was.
She's like, hey, it's not my thing, but I can contact the guy. She clearly texted him within 10 minutes of us leaving the place, because he texted us before we even got home or right after
I
we
don't
got
even
home.
think we left before she
And was like, here's the digital image of the photo. Thanks a
Wow.
lot. And we're like,
Well, I mean, he sent me the photo like the next day. He sent me like a text saying, "Hey, I
Right.
understand you wanted this thing,
right.
or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." I was like, "I'll pay you a fee or whatever." He's like, "Whatever." He's like, "It's cool. Here's like the copy of the photo you wanted," and he just sent it to us. It was sick.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
Yeah.
I cropped Lady A out at her.
Yeah,
request.
she's in it too. But
The
I
thumb
just-
looks like
That's my
the hair.
shoulder.
It's like there's two thumbs up.
it does kind of look like she does that.
Yeah, so I cropped Lady A out because she did not want to be in the photo. But anyway, yeah, no, the Pond Farm, their service is always great. The beer is good. The food is good. The outdoor vibe is good. The indoor vibe is good. We love Pond Farm. Frankly, when we go there, I'm more excited to go there than I am anywhere else, with maybe the exception of Hen House, only because their beers are so good at Hen House. But there's so much more to drive to get to Hen House. Like I go.
Santa Rosa feels like it's closer than it is, and it turns out it's like 9 hours away. I
It
swear
feels
to
like
God. It
Well,
just-
okay,
feels
going
like it's
across
close,
the
it's just not.
going across Mount House Parkway is like 2 hours away for you. So I mean,
Great Valley Parkway takes like 7 hours.
I'm sorry,
to get down.
it's
There's so many
Greater
stop signs.
Greater Valley Parkway. Good job, Steve.
Every time I decide to go that way instead of just going over to the fucking lights,
Okay,
I
this
regret
one's
it
got
every
smell,
time.
but I'm not a big fan of the smell.
Every time.
See,
I'm
actually,
like,
I
more
gave
stop
those
signs.
probably
It's a
one
little
of the best smells.
piney for me. It's more aroma, more aromatic than the beers we've had, but I'm not a big fan of the aroma.
well, I mean, I have to go with the fact that I can
minor.
actually smell it. So
Yeah, but you can smell dog shit and you don't actually want to smell the dog shit.
no, but I mean,
It has an aroma.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it was really,
Not that this
if,
smells like
if,
dog
if the smell, so
This
like,
one's watery too.
This is my
so
least
one
favorite
of
beer of the
the,
day.
No, it's not that
which
bad.
one's,
terrible.
Wow.
I mean,
it's
the
terrible.
fact that Corey's already poured out 3.
I think it's terrible. I felt like there was no
I think
taste.
we're
there was
growing.
no flavor. I don't think we got like anything. It's
We're
just,
growing as testers.
It's watery.
Tasters.
It's watery, and there's basically
Actually,
zero flavor and zero after flavor. There's just nothing there. Maybe I'm fucking fucked up because I drank a hazy prior to it, but like I don't get anything.
I don't even remember which one it is.
I don't think it's my least favorite, but it's bottom 2. 6, 12, 18.
Oh yeah, we're talking 63 versus 61. I just don't think it's a good beer. Like I just don't think that any of the flavors they wanted to get into this beer got into this beer.
And there's no mouthfeel.
There's no
it's
mouthfeel
watery,
at all.
It's not a fan.
I just think it's
I'm
good.
with you.
I mean, maybe you guys disagree.
The aftertaste is,
Non-existent.
yeah, I mean, it's down there. I mean,
Dumper.
Yep.
You're more of a dumper for once. We're so smart to have one of these this year.
Somebody thought.
Last year we had or 2 years ago we had 17 triple IPAs between 6 of us, and we were like, drink it all, bitches.
And then drink
no,
the
that
can.
was you.
But we did in fact all
Okay,
drink
well,
it
Michael
all.
finished.
No,
it.
it went 2 years ago.
He doesn't look that happy about it though.
He's not sure.
So I rated it 86.
Wow.
There's something unusual about this beer. I cannot articulate it.
That's because it's the lack of flavor.
Well, what it is the bitterness and the malt show up simultaneously during the first taste, and then it fades away and kind of frees your palate. I don't know how to describe it. I don't think I've had a beer like that.
I think that
today.
description is great if you're describing a bad beer.
No, yeah, and that's the point is if you're drinking a beer like this, if you're drinking an IPA, and especially a triple IPA, it shouldn't free your palate. It shouldn't punish your palate, but it should remain. There should be some lingering flavor and aftertaste, and there isn't. There's zero mouthfeel at all. I mean, but you are correct. It's got the
Dumper over here
initial
too,
flavor
alright.
of hops and malt is good, but it doesn't carry through.
But it's lemony, and it's crispy,
Oh, maybe I
and
grabbed
it's
the
there,
lid.
and then it's gone. There's something.
I think,
But why do you want that in a beer?
I think crispy is a fine. I think
agree.
crispy is actually a really,
Yes.
really good descriptor for it. But the problem is it's just crispy.
But why would you want it to be gone?
I don't
Part of the
know.
reason I think you drink a beer, a bigger beer,
Especially a triple.
a triple, or an IPA of any kind, is you want the flavor to linger.
All right, let me fucking.
Well, my thought is the
Excuse me.
brewer made something special.
There's no way the brewer thought it was going to taste like that when he made that.
They're trying to communicate something to us, and I feel like I'm receiving a message and I don't know how to articulate it. I think it's special compared to beer 1, 3, 4, and 5. It's like it's talking to me, but I don't know how to articulate it.
So for me,
Who's talking to you in a language you don't understand?
the appearance and smell. Again,
fine.
we are. I mean, the
fine.
smell was one of the higher ones for me,
I think it's fair.
but the taste, again, there was nothing there. There was no flavor on the palate. There was no. Hey, and honestly, that was probably one of the first ones that I actually tasted a little bit more of the alcohol-y taste on it, and then the aftertaste
what now?
again. It was then in the back.
Yeah, there's 2 shadow puppets.
Yeah,
that
one's a
it
quad.
got that-
Yeah,
in
one's
the
a
back-
quad.
in the back a little bit.
We can do
then
that
I
one
got
separately if you
again
want.
Oh, I think you
taste
probably
I
already
don't
drinking
really
the
want to
quad.
have when I'm drinking a beer.
I did not have
That's
And
my
so
guess.
that's-
He said there's only 1 beer left.
That
There's
drinkability
only one
then
left?
just went.
Yeah.
We only had 10? Wow.
Maybe I've
I had
crossed the
5.
line. I've had too much.
Did you crack the crowler already too?
I am not allowed to divulge.
You said this is the last beer, so if you
Yeah,
have not
that's
cracked
right.
the
This is
crowler. So you have cracked the crowler.
Yes.
Oh no, when we get to 11, this is 10, this is 11. So I think
Okay.
we're right. I think we're right.
Oh, I like the crowler
No,
again.
this is one.
This
This
is-
one.
we haven't rated
the
this
Hazy's
one
10.
Hazy is 10.
All right, so we're moving on
So
to Hazy.
I'm gonna say this. I don't like the color of this one for the reason you mentioned. Like
I think it's a.
I want
fair.
more orange. This is grapefruit juice, not orange juice.
I think it's good. I think the thickness looks good on it.
I agree with the rest of that.
I do like it to be a little more orangey though. just
Right.
in
So I'm
general.
only giving it a 6.
I think it's roughly similar to the last Hazy's look to me. It's definitely I like. it. You
No,
can't
I
see
think
through
the
it.
other
It's opaque.
The
Just
other
nice.
one had a little bit more vibrant color. A little bit.
I agree. This one's milkier. This
But
one's
again,
duller.
it's. I mean,
Neither one of these
I
are
don't drink
perfect
hazies,
examples
I mean.
though of like a hazy. Like
and if I get into hazies, I'm usually like already 3 or 4 deep. So I mean, I'm not paying
right,
attention.
it's,
to
it's,
color.
it's almost always like if I go to a new brewery, the first thing I almost always ask is what is the freshest hazy on the board. I will take that.
Well, why I mean,
And I've
like
said
3 or
that
4 deep, but
exact-
that's because
You have
that's
said
only.
that exact
I've
thing.
said that exact statement at a lot
a
of
lot of
breweries.
breweries.
For me, it's, you know, okay, I'm drinking hazy. It's because there's nothing else.
You know what I like about hazies? They almost always have a smell. Michael doesn't like this one.
I'm not a big fan of the smell. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try this. We're gonna taste it.
Huh.
Love that we have a one-on-one hazy TripleIPA battle between Alvarado and Humble Sea, like two of the best hazy producers in the Northern
I'm
California
actually
area.
going to change my vote on which that other beer was. I think that one was Humble. But I think this one is Alvarado.
No.
No, I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong.
It's a 50-50 chance, yeah.
Because Humbles tend to have what I've noticed about a lot of the Humble Sea hazies is they have that really acidic flavor that gives you a little burn at the back of the throat. They're typically more acidic than the Alvarados for me. I drink a lot of hazies. from
I can
Humble
tell the
Sea.
difference by the color.
The color looks pretty similar between the two to me.
No, this one's milkier,
It's yellower.
cloudier,
It's
yellower.
yellower.
It's not as orangey. Again, this one looks like grapefruit juice
Or lemonade.
or lemonade.
This beer's hard.
I am not a fan of
It's
this.
not as good as the last one.
No,
for
this
sure.
one's going to be.
That's Aaron Dumper.
How do you even do that? How do you do that to beer? I don't even know.
Wow. He's even calling it bad.
Well, I don't know if it's bad, but
It's
how do
so
you make
brutal.
beer
Like
that?
literally, like Humble Sea and Alvarado are two of the top 10 brews in the entire of Northern California, and you guys are just ravaging at least one of them.
Well,
Well, I mean, we've done that
maybe
every
it's
year.
beyond me.
I mean,
That's what I wonder.
Scarcity one
No,
year
it's not-
was
if you're
one of the
if
worst
you-
beers
if-
we had.
Just like cooking, if you brew
And
it,
then
you
next
cook,
year it was the one of the best.
flavors and profiles, you should be able to get them. You should understand what the chef, what the brewer was trying to communicate. And
Yeah,
what you get
yeah.
in this is, I gotta be honest, what I get in this is, I have to make a triple, so let's make a triple. Let's take whatever recipe I have and just wrap up the alcohol and the flavors and the.
Goes back to
There's like
sauce.
extra burn in it too. Like it burns more than I can feel like it needs to burn.
It goes back to the
Empress
Tabor
loves
days.
the comments because she knows what she
I
poured.
do.
She does know what you poured. Yeah, you can go ahead and, yeah.
Going back to Tabor days where we got some of that really bad, just
We should restart Tavor.
we should.
Michael, you want to
Put
start?
together
Michael, you want to be in a Tavor group?
What?
Explain
Aaron,
to
you wanna
him
explain
what
to him
So
what
Tabor,
is.
Tabor is what he already talked about, where there's a website where we get beers
Oh, this
every
one's
month.
a shame to the rest of you.
And
That's
so
not
what
great.
we end up doing is
Oh, you
we-
see- oh, I
we
guess it
leave
doesn't
it
matter
up to
what
Corey.
he's saying now.
to go through and pick beers.
We do
He'll
like
pick.
a $25 person budget.
No, it was roughly. I mean, it was. He goes
Sometimes
through and
it's a
picks.
little less or more.
He picks beers, and then however many beers he picks, there's a total cost, and we split it among everybody that's there. So if there's 4 people, we could probably get away with 1 can. If there's more, then we need to get 2 cans, or there's bottles.
We
and
always
whatnot.
we had budgeted $25. It was just so if I get 4 bucks,
You had
I'd
enough
have
people,
$100 to
though,
buy
that's
beer
why.
like every single one. I would just try to get as close.
Well,
right?
okay, yeah,
possible.
$25.
You want a
based on
budget
how
in
many
mind.
people.
You want a budget in mind? Yeah, $25 per person was kind of the budget we were using.
Yeah. I'm in.
And then from there, we we would meet on a Friday night at somebody else's
tried
house,
once a
and
month.
We'd rotate houses and stuff, yeah. And then
then we do
they would do
dinners.
food and stuff, yeah. It's probably worth noting too that I go out of my way when we were doing Tavor, this I went out of my way to make sure that we got the weird shit sometimes too.
yes,
Like
Yes.
oh hey, check out this smoked Maibach. Yeah, we're gonna try out this smoked fucking Maibach, right? Like
you're trying everything.
check out this fucking straight like raspberry Tootsie Roll stout. Okay, I'm in.
And there
There's
is
not
one.
a lot of like, oh, check out this crisp West Coast IPA. Like, I'll order a couple of those, but it's usually like, check out this IPA with coconut and mango and cow semen. And I'm like, I'm in.
I want to say the
We haven't actually
second.
had any with cow semen, to be fair, but if one showed up, I would have ordered it.
I want to
for the
say the
record.
second one we did, we might have killed one of Shane's trees.
We dumped out so much beer.
Oh, yeah, it was
that-
very,
it
very
was-
dump happy. All right, so let's talk about this beer. I can give it a 70, which
Oh,
admittedly
my
is
Lord.
so much worse than I wanted it to be. So much worse.
64.
So much worse.
Oh, Jesus, Aaron destroys this.
I thought the taste was about a 25, and I gave aftertaste about a 16.
I mean, I think
It just wasn't. It was too much burn. Like I felt like it was just all. It was the only beer I remember having so far tonight that really. My first impression is that alcohol burned from the high alcohol content. It wasn't masked as well as many of the other beers.
well, I mean, I give it a 36.
Yeah, this beer's not.
But I mean, part of it. I mean, I think part of it has to go with.
He doesn't
You don't like hazies.
Well,
At least
no,
had a hazy
no.
vibe to it.
But I think part of it has to go with we have to sort of take the average of
Absolutely.
my scores and yours, and
Yes.
then rate it versus where does that fall? Because our flavor profiles
Yeah.
are different,
Right.
For sure.
So, you know, my 36 might be your 68.
Yeah,
60,
my roughly
I mean,
70-ish, yeah.
So, because most of my, my highest one so far is 79. He has a
Michael definitely want
99.
to redo Tavor, by the way.
I'm in.
Now,
guys
if
are what to-
he
I'm in.
gets into the 30s, then we know it's bad.
That gives us. We probably want a fifth person if theoretically.
Well,
possible.
we,
I don't know if
Randy
we're
can
right.
probably do it, we just would have to work around his work schedule.
Right. So we'll check on that if we can find a fifth person or whatever. And basically, we'll just sort of cycle houses, and everyone does like you serve food, and
Like a,
I bring a bunch of beers, and we just
cheap
drink
dinner,
all
not
night.
an
Yeah, we just do
expensive
like
one,
hot dogs or
tacos
burgers or-
Hot dogs, burgers, taco
burgers.
bar, some
Yeah.
cheap. It's not a big deal. Order pizza sometimes.
Sure,
whatever.
I'm in.
And then we'll get some interesting beers. Like you'll get lots of sours, just because those tend to be the most interesting sounding beers. Because we can all just get West Coast and hazy all day, right? Life's easy.
But I mean,
purpose of
part
when you're
of
looking
the
at
thing
it,
with
though, is
Tavor is
you're
we're
getting
getting beers from
and
all over the
brewers we haven't
country,
had,
and
which is the fun part.
we get them from all over the country.
Yep.
Again, we
Right.
even got a couple from
Yeah,
across
sometimes
the,
they're international.
Yep.
Stuff
So-
Canadian ones, stuff like that. Yeah.
What'd you get this
and
one,
stuff that we never
Yeah,
taste.
you didn't like this beer either, right?
So I gave it an 80, which is my fourth highest
Oh, jeez.
my fourth highest beer. So at
Oh,
first
wow.
I found it cloying
Fuck, I
and
can't
very
read this guy.
challenging to enjoy. It was too much. And then
Too much what?
Too much to enjoy.
it was too sweet. It was too thick. It was out of genre almost. And then after I started drinking it, I started thinking, how would I make this? I have no idea. I don't know how you make a beer like that. And then I began to think the deficiency is not in the beer, but in me. And out of all the beers that we've had today, this is by far the most interesting and challenging I've had. I'd give it an 80. So
I mean, the other haze you gave a 99.
I'm just gonna,
Yeah,
I'm,
I
just,
did.
I'm just gonna point out that this is why we have Michael come to these things.
was
That,
milk-
Hey,
that-
I mean, for me, the taste just was. It was one of the ones that. The other ones that had no taste, at least again, I sort of go with on. There's a 50%
we need a
point.
spreadsheet.
This one though, it was. I just didn't like the taste.
give it 36.
I mean, I gave 8 taste and then the aftertaste because then there were just it didn't sit well on the palate. It didn't come back up right, and the drinkability is like honestly, drinkability I probably will go down to 0. But I mean, if I'm at the brewery and I paid for it, I would still drink it.
Doesn't
I'm not.
So
Well, no, I mean, there's plenty that I would go push it back. I'm like, I'll eat that, $10 for that beer.
for Michael, I think what you're talking about is there's a different level of the analysis because you're not just drinking the beer, but what you're trying to, what is the author's intent? What is the purpose? What is the point? What is the message they're trying to convey? And I would agree with you that if you're analyzing it from that point, you're like, it was unique. It was different. It was not what we were expecting, but for me, not in a good way. But that's the way I
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's challenging. I agree. It's challenging. It's milky. I think it's heavy on oats. There's a lot of lipids in there.
Yep.
And it creates a flavor and a mouthfeel that's uncomfortable.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a unique beer.
Last beer of the day, and I'm going to be honest with you, I hate this color. I hate everything about this color. This is way too copper. Way too copper.
I mean, I
For
look
me.
at it.
I don't know. It
I mean,
reminds me of number 1. Like I thought we liked this color.
No, it's
No, I mean,
it's
it's
way
closer-
more copper than number 1 was.
so, Miss A.
We have some of number 1 beer left.
when
correct?
we're done, can you pour a glass of one in this one?
Yeah, I was going to say, we have them to be able to do. This is way darker.
No, I don't
way
think it
more
really
copper.
is. I think we've seen so. I mean, I think it's a little bit darker.
It's
But
way,
I
it's
don't-
way too copper color for me. This is my least favorite of all the colors.
I mean, honestly, this is probably my most favorite.
This one, do you want to?
And honestly, I think with
This
the
one
copper
looks like
color,
Sam Adams Boston
I
Lager.
can guess what it is.
I'm-
I think I'd remember. 'cause I poured it.
I'm guessing
Without
what
a
it
doubt.
is.
don't.
I'm guessing what it is based on its color, even though I haven't had that beer.
I'm guessing that same thing.
I mean, I like the color, but the smell. That's where
I didn't
I can
smell
actually smell it. Which usually, if I can smell it, that's a bad thing, unless it's really good. But I
All right.
mean, I have a little. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of this color.
Should we wait till Michael comes back before?
Yeah.
So that way we don't actually influence his.
So let's see, what else they're talking about? So yeah, we would like to report, obviously, the new boat closed and we're sad. That sucks.
But when you read the post, I get it. I
It
mean,
doesn't
it's
exactly sound like they're that upset.
it's
about it.
challenging environment, but it also sounded like not only was the financial environment challenging, it's a lot of work. And if you got a family, it's just a lot of work. You know, it is not a 9 to 5 gig. You know, you got to crash at certain temperatures, not at certain times. You got to do certain things at certain points, and so your schedule can get all kinds of fucked up. So I'm just sad because I thought their beer was, of the breweries in the Bay Area, they're one of the most unique beers.
Which brewery was this?
It's
New
New
Bohemian.
Bohemian out in Santa Cruz. It's kind of, you can walk to it from the Capitola Beach. It's about 3/4 of a mile from the Capitola Beach.
And the location was beautiful.
It feels way more Capitola than Santa Cruz-y,
Yep.
but it's technically
Is that the one you guys were walking back from?
Yes, when the
You had a
cops stopped me.
closed
The
beer?
Popo pulled us over on our walk.
Because Shane was carrying an open container. That was what was happening.
This is the most fragrant beer
Walking
today, I
barefoot.
think.
It's the most fragrant?
Yeah,
but
I
not
mean,
in
it's
a
like-
pleasant way.
I didn't say it was pleasant. I just said it has the most smell.
I think I know which one this is.
I mean, I'm still going to go there.
I saw Michael's
We wait
reaction
for
to
you
the
before we
flavor.
actually tasted. Because we didn't want to influence you. Or I didn't want to influence you.
Oh, and now I know why.
What the fuck is happening here?
That's gotta be what I think it is.
Oh, God.
That's definitely what I think it is.
Okay. I'm
pretty sure I know
I'm not
which
even
one
going
this
to
is.
try.
Thank
to
you for
add
quad.
it
Is
to
this
my
the
notes.
quad?
I'm pretty sure this
It's
is the
gotta
quad.
be. By that color, it's gotta be.
It's got to be the quad.
I like the color, don't get me wrong, but everything else, I'm like,
No,
I
this has
didn't
got to be
finish.
the quad.
I'm just putting
which
it
I've never
through.
had a
Okay,
single
I have to
quad
try
I've
the
ever
quad
liked.
because I like track 7.
Yeah, you should try this. You liked Knee Deep's quad. That was your favorite. The first year we ever did this, like the rest of us all rated a bunch of things, and we killed this quad. And the wife's like, 92! And we were like, what? This is pure alcohol. It just tastes like alcohol.
Gotta be the quad.
It's gotta be the quad. It's not great. It's not my jam. It's not my
Yeah.
jam. It's not my jam.
And she's like, it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's really not bad.
No, I'm going to crush it.
Probably the worst tasting beer I've had. I don't like quads.
Yep, it is.
I mean, a quad is basically, we're getting to the point where it's a barley
To me,
wine.
they're sweeter.
Well, I mean, a quad's a barley wine.
Sweeter's fine, I think. They're just sweeter in a bad way.
Well, it's not that kind of quad. It's just not a triple.
It's a quad IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
But
13
he was talking
or
about the
something.
barley
Ridiculous.
wine quad.
No, I know, but I mean,
it's-
Well, but the whole point is, yeah, at some point a beer becomes a barley wine because of the alcohol content.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I crushed this
No,
one,
I
but we
always
won't.
find them to
I don't
be
think we can
sweeter.
include it with the
That's why I
triples
like
because it's not technically a
No,
triple.
let's get it
if,
right.
if,
Okay.
that,
All right,
if that's
all right.
assuming,
We
that's
will
assuming
fast.
that
Alright,
is
You ready
the-
for me?
Yeah,
we,
it's good.
we are
Start
assuming
one.
that it's the barley
86.
wine, right?
Alright, 86.
Or
51.
the quad.
Yeah, that's the quad. She just confirmed it.
63,
38.
Hold on.
74,
Oh, you're doing it.
He's
65,
like, wait, I'm not ready.
So you guys
88.
have moved on.
67, 84, 54, 64, 42.
You are right. We're not gonna review the quad along with you. Let's just go with me now. Aaron, go ahead. Start from one.
79, 48, 55, 58, 43, 77, 59, 79, 45, 36.
What's better, the mean or the average?
36.
30, 45, 30. What'd you rate?
Last one was 36, right?
Yes.
I missed a beer then. 79, 48, 55, 58, 43.
So hold on.
What?
Let's start over.
Okay, go.
79,
Yep.
48,
Yep.
55,
Yes.
58,
Yes.
43,
Yes.
77.
Yes.
So that should be beer number 6.
Yeah.
Okay. 59,
Yeah.
79,
Yeah.
45,
Yeah.
36.
Oh, it's a 36, then a 37?
No, 36. I didn't give you the quad.
Oh, okay. That's I'm missing one. What's the quad? Did you rate
30. I honestly didn't even try. I just, screw it.
Do you think average or mean is better?
Average is better.
Average is better? than
Mean would be
you think?
better if we had more than 4 people.
Okay, got it. All right, Michael, go. Start from one.
If we had like 10 people, mean would make more sense.
420, 69, 420.
Okay.
69.
His numbers are way high. Way high.
So I'm trying to drive some.
He's fucking up. He's fucking up our averages for sure.
He is fucking up our averages.
Okay, starting with beer 1, it's 78,
Okay.
87, 73, 78, 68, 90, 76, 99, 86, 80, 38.
Wow, we didn't know. So we done, is this a number?
Oh, it's a number.
Okay, is this a number here?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And nobody's
Did you
drinking
dump
that.
Michael or did you drink it?
Did I dump it? Yeah, I dumped it.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well,
It was tough.
work out a quick average equals AVG percent. I think this is right. I think
Yeah, we had it.
it's not right. Oh,
That's not percent.
no, that's our average one.
Honestly, I'm
Oh, yeah.
sort of impressed.
All right,
And
so
I don't-
definitely pour Michael the rest of number
Well, then-
9 if you can.
But we wanted.
Oh yeah, I went for
to
cans
pour
anyway. Yeah, so that's fine.
Yeah.
1 and what? 1 and 11?
Oh yeah, you wanted to compare colors on one.
Yeah, just-
Number 8. Number 8 was my beer.
yeah, you're
Does
right.
anybody
Sorry.
wanna finish off 1 and 11?
Oh yeah,
11,
Aaron.
no.
Oh yeah, 11.
Maybe 1. We'll see.
Well, I was determining which glasses to use.
Michael actually had the highest rating on 11.
Of the quad.
Oh no, the
38.
quad. No one had a good rating in the quad. I had the highest rating in the quad. You can finish the quad. What?
Amber Struck can finish the quad.
Yeah, you got the quad, Am. You're on that.
Honestly, I'm really impressed by how much got dumped. I wouldn't have thought it would have been that high.
I
You
would've
know,
thought
some years we want to get really fucked up, and I got a little drunk last night.
a little bit.
Well, I mean, also at the same time, this first year you had the dump.
First year, I thought I was like, you know, we probably don't need to drink all of this. Maybe I should.
Well, I mean, that's usually how I go, and you usually go, "Oh, I'll drink that for you."
All right, for the record, well, hold on, I gotta write down the names and the numbers. Okay, number 1. Number
So
11.
there's one there.
Put them up.
1 is darker.
Hold them
You're right.
11 definitely looks more
You-
effervescent.
You have to put it into the light because the table's going in.
No, I agree. I had it wrong. I would have thought they're
Yeah.
very similar. I would have thought 11 was way darker.
They're the same.
They're the same.
This is one. I'll drink one. Well,
Oh, 11 is the quad. Yeah.
Oh, do you guys want your cans now?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Start
so
with
go from last to first.
so starting with the last camp.
Beer number 2, is it Pliny the Younger?
No, we
we
didn't.
didn't get Pliny. There's no Pliny.
because they haven't released it in
So
they haven't
12
released it for
or
this-
11.
they haven't released it in cans or bottles yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got it
So
right.
you got it right.
This way.
Are we going 1, 2, like
So
So
that?
this is 11.
This
No.
one.
Oh,
this
Can't
one.
dump
we're
that
going-
into
we're going-
that because nobody's
So
going to drink
12
it.
or 11.
can't-
Last beer. Last beer.
Oh, dump it.
Yeah, 11,
No one's going to drink that.
10, 9, 8.
Just gonna hand you the other
Oh, one
So-
does.
Oh, yeah. If somebody correct those as we go, then I'll have to pull off. I'm gonna pull like the names and stuff to add to my spreadsheet too. When we get a sheet.
Okay, so we're just going in terms of how she poured them, right?
Yeah, this is 12 or 11. This is the last one.
I mean, I like the label for Shadow Puppet.
This is why I was laughing.
Do we murder it?
Yeah, you murdered Palm Farm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
it's
Menace.
Menace.
Was
Okay.
number 1?
Well, that was beer number 1.
All right.
Well, I'm just
so
saying-
Based
Sorry,
on
yes.
score,
so starting number 1. So
Okay,
read me
number-
off. I want beer number 1. What is
beer
it?
number 1 is
Menace.
Menace.
That's
by
Morgan territory.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the alcohol percentage? And does it call itself a West Coast?
Yes, it is, and 10.5.
What's it called? It's Minnesota sobriety, right?
Menace to sobriety.
And it is a West Coast.
Yes, and that one is empty.
10% or 10.5.
10.5.
10.5.
Okay, next.
Pond Farm.
Wow, we
Who, Ku, E, Ku. And where's the alcohol content? 10.7.
What does it call itself? Does it call itself West Coast or nothing? Sometimes they
Craft
call
to
themselves
remove
things.
gluten.
It just says TripleIPA on the front.
Yes, I'm going to go with, yeah. Then the King Kong Brewers, Great Ape.
Oh, that's
Ten.
a hen house. Is that a hen house?
No, the King
Oh,
Kong
the
is
picture
the
from
name
here
of
looks
King
like
Kong
the
Great Ape?
hen from Hen House.
it. It does
what?
look like the same artist.
Does it say West Coast or is it just give me the percentage?
Triple India Pale Ale.
Okay, so straight triple.
What was the one you thought
10
had
and a
secrets,
half.
by the way?
Okay.
Michael?
So what was the what was Palm Farm? Palm Farm's 10.5.
10.7.
10.7.
Okay, and the first one was 10.5.
What
Right?
was the beer you thought had the Simcoes?
Okay, next up.
Hey, one thing at a time here.
6.
Shadow Puppet Whoopin' 3. Whoopie 3.
Number 6, what is it?
LUPI 3.
Oh,
Oh,
10.4.
Scarcity, wow. That's a good beer.
Citron Centennial.
No definition West Coast or whatever.
No Simcoe?
I'm going to go with unless they. No, this one says West Coast.
I'm just wondering. I'm just making a note of which ones actually say West Coast.
This one says West Coast.
I know.
Bike Dog, which is bigger boat. Triple IPA 10.6.
Damn, that's big.
And this is written on label. It doesn't really say.
Yeah, that's fine. That's yeah,
So
that's
he has scarcity. So
that's Altamont. Right?
Altamont.
Altamont scarcity 11%. Definitely the West Coast. It doesn't actually.
Does it not say West Coast though?
It doesn't, but Altamont's definitely known to be.
Yeah, they're known for the West Coast.
They're West
I'm gonna
Coast.
write triple this. It doesn't specifically say.
Yeah,
It's
no.
fine.
Trace Diablos 10.1.
Just triple again.
Yes. Well, sorry, I didn't look that far.
It just says IPA.
Yeah.
Alvarado Street, One Giant Leap.
By the way, Corey, you were right.
Triple Hazy 10%.
10. All right.
Okay. Triple Cuff from Triple Indian
Wonders.
Pale Ale, West Coast,
Wonders.
West Coast. Okay, let's see West Coast. Yeah, Wonders. I got
We're
that.
gonna get the Wonders part.
I know.
10.5.
Humble
I'm done with my reach. Humble C. This is the Double DH Hop Infused Foggy Triple IPA at 10%.
What's the name of it?
Juicy Womp.
Juicy Womp. Okay. Juicy Womp. We're just gonna call it a hazy because they just make. What's the first 10 exactly?
Don't you?
Jesus fucking Christ! The goddamn quad has a 15% alcohol by volume.
That is correct.
Yes,
That's
this
why
is-
it's
this
so
is-
strong.
This is a Foggy Triple Indian IPA,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's 10%.
Let's say it's fine. Okay. Wow. Yeah. No wonder we didn't like that. Why would anyone buy this thing in 16-ounce cans?
Because I only had to buy one can.
Thank
And I did a
God.
mix 4-pack with this, the triple,
And something else.
which isn't in here.
What, did we miss one?
Triple's
Oh, no,
in
it's
there.
over here, it's over here.
I was like, it's in there. Because I
Okay.
commented that
But
there's
then I
two
also got those two
flavors.
Yeah,
hazies, or
I-
those two sours for you.
All right, let's take a look here. All right, so if we sort by average for who won the whole deal, we have two winners effectively. Overall winner, which normally I would say is skewed by my own personal rating, but everyone else also rated basically as
It's
their
Alvarado.
favorite beer. So this beer is the Alvarado, One Giant Leap.
Michael gave it a
We got it?
99.
That
What
one right
number?
there.
You're
so
99.
I gave this. It was my favorite beer. It was Shane's third favorite beer.
Yep.
It was Father Flan's favorite beer, and Michael thinks it might have been the best beer of all time.
Yes.
Alvarado does a good job.
So that is One Giant Leap. That is the winner for Hazy IPA and the overall winner for
Overall
Triple
winner.
IPAs.
Well, I mean, it's overall. It's just the winner.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, three of us rated as our best beer, so I think overall was the winner, hazy or not hazy. But as far as non-hazies go,
True West Coast.
normally I skew our votes towards hazies. So so our non-hazy winner is going to be Scarce, which I do believe might mark their second win.
Yes,
I believe that
it
is.
is their
At
second.
minimum second.
No, it's only the second.
No, because I think the first there was
Very
well,
first
no,
year,
there-
Doombloom won the very
We've
first
had-
year.
The
Yes.
very, I mean, the very first year we started doing this, like actually doing it, I think Scarcity, you and me and Beer Esquire loved Scarcity, but when we tasted it during the blind
Right.
triple, it just
So different.
Yes.
Yep.
Right,
and
that
it
happened
was
when-
like
that absolutely happened when you-
we were really surprised
All
by
right,
that.
so overall rankings. So let's put on overall rankings. It goes Alvarado's One Giant Leap, and then it goes Altamont Scarcity. And then honestly, at a pretty close spot next was Minnesota Sobriety.
Which is
But it was 4 points below. So we 88.25 for Alvarado, 86.5 for Altamont, 82.25 for Morgan.
and
Nothing else hit the 80s.
And we have to at least, give Morgan Territory some credit here.
It's a good
Where
beer.
I mean, they are Brewery of the Year a few different times.
Yep.
They've won multiple gold medals at the World Beer Championship. They've won their
Just not here.
Hoptomic. No, I mean, honestly, it's probably the
They make
highest.
good beer.
It's probably the highest that their triple
Remember
menace
first
has taken.
Which one?
Yeah,
First
that was
beer?
beer number one.
Okay.
Scarcity or
Menace.
Oh, yeah, I didn't write down what number beer they were on here anymore. Sorry for the ratings.
No, I know.
Well, I mean, it should just be in your
It's
spreadsheet,
one-
right?
What's 1,
Pond Farm is 2.
8.
So what did I rank scarcity?
So for the record, the next closest beer after these three was a 74, so 8 points lower was Shadow Puppets Loopy 3, and then everything else has an average below 70.
I'm actually surprised Shadow
What beer
Puppets
was that?
has that level.
That's
That's the fourth one.
Okay.
And then the worst beer, well, actually, we basically all dislike the quad. But after the quad, honestly,
It's actually
it's pretty close between basically every other beer. These four, all the other beers,
kind of how it worked.
basically is how it worked out.
Yeah.
To be
If we
honest,
throw out the triple, everything else is in the
the
60s.
quad.
What
Yeah.
would I give? Would I rate scarcity?
Let's talk about our individualized ratings. Start with Father Flan. So, Father Flan, your favorite beer was a tie between Alvarado's One Giant Leap and Morgan Territory's Menace to Sobriety, both with 79s. And then Altamont Scarcity with a 77. Then your next score drops to 59. So you had 3 beers, and then all the other beers.
Okay. Where did I rank Shadow Puppet?
It was actually your 5th beer at a 58, right below Danville's Trace Diablos. All right, Michael, let's talk about your favorite beers. Michael, your favorite beer was Alvarado's One Giant Leap. It's opening up a whole new variety for hazies for you. If you haven't been to any Alvarados, they have 3 tap rooms. One is in Carmel.
Yep.
Great tap room in Carmel, honestly.
Oh,
It's
the
fucking
one in the mall?
fantastic.
Darn, we
Yeah,
have
one
to.
in the mall.
You'd have to go down Carmel for a weekend.
Monterey, downtown Monterey.
Right.
If you
Or
want to-
Monterey.
Not Monterey. No, yeah,
Yeah,
Monterey. If you want
Monterey.
a little beer hop in Monterey, legitimately, between my house and your house, same basic distance, Dust Bowl, Alvarado, Fieldwork. Same
So
basic
nowhere you
distance.
can stumble.
Nice, easy walk.
Like
gorgeous
after beer
space.
night.
They also have a cool beer garden in the back at that one. And then they have one we have not been to out in, it's kind of inland. I just can't remember the name of this spot right now. Where it is. There's a third one as well for Alvarado. So if you haven't been out at Alvarado's yet, if you end up out at the beach with the girls or whatever,
They
that's,
always have great hazies.
yeah,
Okay.
that's great stuff. It's really good stuff. Then your second favorite beer was Altamont Scarcity with a 90. I'm assuming you know where Altamont is, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then you went to Pond Farm at an 87, actually. You had the highest rating on our Pond Farm beer of anyone. They are out in Santa Fe. We talked
You're
about
right,
it
they
earlier.
do something unique with their beer.
It is worth
You
noting that
actually
Pond
said
Farm is
that.
mostly famous because they won a GABF bronze the first year they were in business for their hazy IPA.
Yeah.
The third location, Salinas.
Selena, that's what I was going to say, but I wasn't positive.
Which beer is that?
Which one?
Pond Farm?
So that's
That's the second
Hukuaku.
one, that
Hukuiku.
turquoise one on the end.
This one.
Oh. Oh yeah. Let's see this one.
Pull whatever you want. Yeah, the glasses should be back there if you want to grab a glass. You want to grab one of your glasses to pour some
Yeah.
beer.
It's an
We can finish all these, obviously. So that was your 3 favorite beers. You're actually number 4. You got Wondrous Triple Cup at an 86, which is right next to your Pond Farm rating. And that beer, Wondrous is located near Emeryville. So if you've ever been to like the IKEA, it's kind of 4 blocks or so from the IKEA. Also right near Tenma. It's a cute spot. Not a ton of seating though.
No.
Isn't that
Look,
also
it's
where that
a little more
alley-
outdoor seating.
Cali Alley
Cali
is?
Alley is nearby.
Oh.
We should. Yeah, we
should
went
go
there.
to Cali
We went there. It was
Alley.
really good. But we did eat that. That was our other beer week event. Actually, we talked about it. We didn't talk about it. Went to Cali
That
Alley
wasn't
in
really an
Berkeley.
event.
Not an event. We went to get food. It's called Cali Alley.
It's an event.
legitimately an alley.
They
Yeah.
do not have bathrooms.
Yeah, no bathrooms. There was just like 5 tables
You're literally in
in an alley. You order a window, get your shit. It's good.
It was good.
It was very.
Cali
very
Alley was
good.
good.
So you walk in an alley, pick something out
You
of the
basically
window.
walk
They have
between
like
2
4
houses,
tables.
Yeah.
4 outdoor tables.
I mean, in terms of, we have Cali Alley and San Francisco hot dog cart.
Oh, way cleaner.
Oh yeah, no.
Cali Alley for sure.
Cali
Yeah,
Alley
they
was-
actually had, it looked like it used to be a restaurant,
Yeah.
but they didn't want to open the restaurant area. So they
Alright.
just have this little kitchen,
Yep.
and you do all your ordering
Wow,
through the
take
window
the
directly
last
into the kitchen.
Sure.
Let me get everyone a glass real quick so we can finish off these beers.
So
I didn't know the glasses were whose.
my beers went in this order.
No,
Yeah,
you get that one.
Me.
Scarcity was
You
number
got the same
1
one? Okay. Oh.
with an 88.
You.
Morgan Territory, which is what I thought Scarcity was,
Yep.
which it wasn't, but Morgan Territory at an 86.
Yep.
And then my third was the
It's
Alvarado
Alvarado.
One Giant Leap.
You had the lowest ranking of the Alvarado of all of us. It was everyone else's top beer. So yeah.
So, and we
then you
confirmed
drop
now
a
that
bunch
all
down
these
south.
beers are fresh within.
I don't think any of
Last-
these are particularly old. The only one I thought might have been old was beer number 2. So I
Which
gave it
was not.
63.
Which was not, 2 was Pond
I
Farm.
give it a 51.
No, that was Pond Farm. Yeah.
That was fresh.
Yeah,
that was really fresh.
Surprising.
Okay, so there was
None
no
of these-
question
none of these should be
of
old, yeah.
okay.
No.
Literally none of these should be old.
There's some old beer that we're gonna try on a separate
Yeah,
show.
so.
We're gonna record really quick.
I'm gonna drink the humble sea. real quick.
That's the next show.
To try out my little
No,
toy
no, we're just
that I
gonna
got.
add it in anyway, whatever.
And then
Alright.
we
Well, I
have
thought we
one
could do a
on
separate
our
recording.
fridge.
We
Well, I
can
can do
just
separate-
edit
we can
it.
do separate recordings.
I mean,
I'll
you
stop
just
it.
have-
Just
it's
stop,
just
start.
more editing.
All right, so let's go to mine. I don't edit real well. Let's do a little
You want me to
start
stop
start
it?
intro. No, not yet. Let me finish my reviews here real quick. Because I have 4 beers that are caught at pocketed too. So I have 2 beers at 91, and those 2 beers were Altamont Scarcity
Wow.
I'm
and-
surprised by that.
and Alvarado's One Giant Leap.
You've
Both
never
at
liked
91s.
scarcity that much.
He liked it one other time.
It really,
The
the
sweetness
stone
in
fruit
it.
was there. Like
Yes.
it felt like
No, that one
it
definitely
felt
has the
very,
stone fruit.
very non-West Coasty to me, because it wasn't very hop forward or piney. But I mean, it was hop forward, but it was like the hops that are like stone fruity and kind of juicy sort of hops, which is just kind of what I like. So I admit I'm surprised that I liked it as much as I like the Alvarado.
Yeah.
You know, if the 2 beers were on tap next to each other and I was going to order one, I'd almost assuredly order the Alvarado.
Oh, you
Every
would,
time.
for sure.
Then my next beer actually went to Shadow Puppet, which to me is a shock, because the truth is we attempted to kill them every year during this test.
Yeah.
And this year their beer was good.
He's really
His beer was
ramped
good
up
this year.
the IPA. I mean, and like I said, I got you the sours.
Yeah.
You're gonna love those sours.
And then
Which is what I've always, Craig, the brewer over at Shadow Puppet, I've never seen him as an IPA brewer. He's always a different, like his Kentucky
Dark
Common's
Stouts. Like,
really
I poured
good.
out that one.
His coffee stouts are really good.
Yeah, they have good stouts.
You better drink that Alvarado though, so you know I'm drinking it. All right, so, and then my 4th beer, which is an 86, was Morgan Territory's Minnesota Sobriety. So I'm really happy to report that 3 of the beers that I chose as my top 4 were hyper-local beers.
Yes.
And then 1 is obviously Alvarado. So that's really, really interesting to me. I was a little bit shocked at my ratings for Wondrous and for Pond Farm and for
Pond
Humble
Farm
Sea.
actually
I was shocked
me.
in all of them.
I was not shocked by my rating for Bite Dog. I love Bite Dog. I think they have gorgeous facilities. I think they're a great spot to chill, great spot to get some beers. The beers are fine.
They're fine.
Not one of your favorites.
They're fine. They're 7 out of 10 beers. Like they're
Yeah.
fine. I'm not gonna. I never walk out of there with a case of beer.
No, we never
I,
walk out of
I'll walk
it.
out with a 4-pack
Actually,
usually, but
10.
never a case.
To be honest with you, what we walk out of there with more often than not is swag.
Yeah, they have great
We
swag.
love
They
their
have great
swag.
fucking swag.
The beer is fine, and we might get 1 4-pack, but it's not like when we go to Humble Sea where we're like, well, we're buying a case of beer here.
Right, I'll
Literally,
go-
it's a known. We're going to Humble Sea.
Same with
We're
Alvarado.
walking- and
Yeah,
Alvarado.
I don't buy them all,
Has
right,
to be
dude. I don't even have to taste them all. I
there.
just sort of buy them all, right? And then above that, I had Danville is kind of medium, which is about right. Danville's a very medium brewery to me.
Me too.
Um,
I honestly, again, that's one of the things
they have
where
great Brussels sprouts.
their location and their food and their beer combined into a good thing. The beer is not.
Yeah, I
Their
could not.
IPAs are not my favorite.
I
actually
could
like
not do
some
that
of them.
quad, dude. Seriously, 15% is out of fucking hand.
No, that's the
I can't do it.
that's for Lady A right there. She can drink all that. I'm not surprised by my rankings because when I did taste Scarcity in the can, I thought, God damn, that was good.
I feel like it's improved every
But
year.
that
It has. I
But
think
it's always it's one of these things because they always try to do something a little bit different because they need to do something different for Beer Week. So it's always up and down. Usually, Scarcity is one of my top triples I like.
right, but when you know,
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
gonna keep an ongoing spreadsheet from here on. Apparently, I
gonna
didn't
say-
have that for last year, but I'm gonna. I actually
Oh,
created.
you
I
don't have it for last
don't appear to have it somewhere. I don't think.
That's because last year you guys finally gave up on doing it because none of you would get the numbers right.
Math is so hard after you've had
You were having
effectively
issues with the spreadsheet last
we've
year.
had let's see, 4 ounces.
roughly two. We've had approximately
Right.
2 triples each year. Effectively.
We've had 44 ounces.
Like 2.5
we don't count
triples
the
each.
dumping.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not
With
that bad.
dumping, it's about 2.5 trips.
So that's when I drank last night.
Oh yeah.
Somehow I won $450 last night.
And to be fair, I
So
mean,
did you win it
I
with
mean, look
the
how much
yellow?
we've dumped
No,
this
I won it
year.
all. Hold them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, on. First of all, we have to look at how
That's
much
true.
we've
Look at
dumped.
this. Look at the dumpage this year. We're
Most
doing
In
this
previous
we're doing it
years?
Now we're gonna dump.
We gotta take a
Okay, who's
measurement.
tasting it?
Nobody's tasting it.
In previous
Alright,
years,
I was like, fuck it, I'll taste
Oh,
it. I'm
God.
not gonna drink it.
oh,
Cheers, bitches.
The dump
No.
mug.
Actually, that is not terrible. That might have ranked like 6th or 7th.
Yeah, it's not in the
It's
bottom
not
5%.
terrible. It's not
Oh, you
terrible.
fuckers.
It's not terrible. It should be. I know that.
this is
but
the
it's just
reason why I
not.
don't drink Cali.
They're
This is bad life decisioning right here.
So that's like 10 different beers in that. Maybe 6.
It's
You
not-
fuckers.
It's not bad, right? Like,
No,
mellow
you
it out.
got. No, you have to try.
No,
you have
try
to try.
this. It's good. No, you try
I
it.
mean, that's how I got mono in high
No,
school.
I'll wipe it off. You want me to wipe it off like a wipe on the rag?
No, I'm pretty sure all the alcohol
That's
in
a
there is
hard no.
killing
Here, give me your
anything.
cup.
It's a hard no, dog.
Dude, it's
hard
good.
no, dog.
But I
It's
mean,
better than like half the beers we had.
It
yes,
is-
it actually does.
It's by far better than that triple was.
It's not
Or
bad.
quad,
No,
excuse
it's not bad. You're missing out.
No.
You're missing out.
It's like, I'm good.
Well,
All right, let's
Sounds
wrap
good.
it up.
That's
Let's
as
wrap
far
it
as-
up.
thank you for watching. Check our other social medias. We should really get back onto the streaming thing, but
Well, if we're gonna start Tavours, we can potentially get like a nice monthly Tavor tasting stream
Yep.
going maybe with these guys. That'll be fun, I
I
think.
could do that. But check out our socials, beersplaining.com, beersplaining on.
Instagrams.com/beersplaining, I think.
Yep.
We don't really tweet. We do have beersplaining.com. He's supposed to blog more. He's not doing a great job. My blog is at runningisfun. I actually am blogging every week.
You are blogging. All right, I'll get to it. All right, I will put up a blog by next Sunday.
Facebook as well, obviously. So thank you guys for joining us.
Cheers.